Hello, party people. How are you? We are going to have a whole lot of fun today, all right? But as it pertains to fun, it's gonna be like smart, nerdy fun. So as you guys come in, make sure you let me know that you are in here. I have the comments up right now. My hair, this side of my head, it was a curl, but now it's not. And I'm not about to keep it's gonna be over here. Like no matter what I do, it's doing it. So can we try to ignore or name her, call her Flipola or something? I don't really know what to do. I'm giving you guys a chance to come in before I get started because um the information that we're gonna go in today, these are all things that uh is I'm not gonna be able to just repeat really quick, right? So I want you guys to bear with me today. All right. Give me a two if you can hear me. Okay. Give me a two if you can hear me really good because I don't want any problems today. Give me a two if you can hear me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Woo. I'm so excited. Okay. So today we are going to talk about the natural hair growth cycle. Give me a two if you know what the natural hair growth cycle is. Give me a two if you know what the natural hair growth cycle is, please. Good. Oh my God. I love you guys in here today. Oh, yes. Okay, good. So a lot of you know what it is. Okay, good. So today we're going to go really, really deep into the natural hair growth cycle. I'm going to, after I break down the natural hair growth cycle, right? As I'm doing it, maybe after I'm doing it, y'all know how I am also going to input a couple of different things that we've been doing wrong to affect the hair growth cycle today. I want you not to be in here if you were sensitive, all right? Because I'm in my nose. Oh no. I don't want you to be in here if you're sensitive because today I'm going to be going in really, really deep. So I want to make sure that everybody is open and ready to receive. All right. Every 28 days. Perfect. Okay. So we're gonna get into that in a minute. Y'all stay with me. Okay, so I'm gonna add this to the stream, and then I'm gonna be here on the side. Now we were having a couple of technical difficulties before on why it was. That's why I was taking a little bit. So I'm just moving this computer over. Listen, if you love me when you live and you come watch somebody live, you get to lively watch the stuff that's going on. So that's what we doing today. All right. All right. So let's get started. So, the first thing that I want us to talk about, you guys, is my own personal things that I've been going through as it pertains to my own personal hair growth cycle. I'm going to take myself off the screen only momentarily just so we can get into these notes. And then after everything is done and over and done with, then we're going to come back or I'll bounce back and forth when it's time for my commentary, right? But you guys make sure that you're talking to me and letting me know if you have any questions, any comments, or any concerns. All right. All right. So if you are new here, welcome. Hi, hello. I am Sin. And, I am a licensed cosmetologist, herbalist, scientist, and CEO of Simple Apothecary, which is a amazing company that we will talk about in a second, but that's not what we're here for, right? But this is what we're here for. But you just have to make sure that you're actually in the right place. You're in the right place if you are ready to hear new information that you've probably never heard before. And you're ready to link science with common sense. We're not going to be talking about fads that we heard, things that were made up, nothing like that, right? Next thing, if you're ready to be honest with yourself, are you ready to be honest with yourself about the different things that you could have possibly done to get yourself in the situation that you're in, right? Next up, Are you ready to make real changes after you address that? If you answer yes to any of those, you are in the right place. But baby, guess what? You are probably in the wrong place if you answer yes to any of these questions. If you're looking for a product to fix a hair issue. So if you're waiting for me to tell you, like, girl, and at the end of all of this, all you gotta do is buy a product and it's gonna fix everything. This is not the place for you. For sure, 100%. And if you are really, really into debating people, look, if you are one of those people who, like, one of your favorite things to do is hop on, the natural team, natural blogs and go back and forth and stuff, this isn't going to be the place for you, because I don't go back and forth with opinions. We're only talking about proven facts, nothing else. All right. And then, speaking of facts, if you're looking to avoid facts and looking to evade facts, like, oh, I know you're supposed to do this, but what can I do to avoid that? This isn't the place for you. And lastly, if you are bothered by a little bit of self promo, but remember, I am really, really blunt, really straightforward. So don't get triggered. Remember that everything that I'm saying out of my mouth is coming from love. It is coming from a really, really, really genuine place. All right. An extremely genuine place. And so I want you to know that. And I really, really want you to feel that when I am talking to you. Who do I remind you of? Why is it making you feel away? What routine holds emotion for you and why? What is this one thing that you just can't stop doing? And why does conversation about hair care pull out such anger and frustration for you? These are questions I want all of us to answer before we get started. Let's hop right into this, but make sure as we're going along, if you get to anything that's like, oh, girl, that was good, girl. Oh, that was good. Screenshot it for me and share the knowledge, right? Screenshot it, tag me on Instagram. So let's start with me, right? My problem, myself, right? The problem that I had is hidradenitis suppurativa, okay? So I'm going to put myself back on the screen for a second just so you can see me talk. It is, like I said, hidradenitis suppurativa. Hidradenitis suppurativa is something that I have dealt with my entire life, right? And it is when you have basically an overproduction of hormones within the body. And when you have an overproduction of hormones in the body, it really, really affects your hair, because when you lose hair, or when hair thins out, it is thinning out mainly because of hormones, right? So with hormones, I want to give you guys a really, really quick view of what hidradenitis suppurativa looks like, right, in the human scalp, because I don't think a lot of people really know what it looks like. And I think and I am patting myself on the back really quick. I do fight the hell out of HSN. Because I do, most people can't see what it's really supposed to look like. But this is what hidradenitis suppurativa looks like on the human scalp when it goes unchecked, when it is like completely out of whack. And in the places that I had thin spots, this is what it looked like. Obviously, this is not my head, but I don't feel comfortable sharing everything. But this is what hidradenitis suppurativa can look like in the human scalp. Give me a 5 if you've ever heard of it, if you've ever seen it, and give me a 3 if you are a person who has hidradenitis suppurativa. Okay, so these are things that I really want people to understand. So when I tell you that I have hidradenitis suppurativa, or hidradenitis suppurativa is something that my body has been struggling with, that's what it looks like. All right, it's real. It's not just 1 or 2 little spots. So that's why I don't feel any embarrassment or anything sharing bald spots or anything like that with you guys, because it was way worse, right? So any spot that you see on my head, just know before you saw it, it was 10 times worse than that. So everything that I know, right, comes from me being passionate about cosmetology as a cosmetologist, and B, from my own personal experience, right? But from my own personal experience, I had to really sit down and ask myself, like, okay, what can I do to change this? What can I do to change this? And that's what led me to know that I had to clean my body from the inside out. I had to find a way to give my body balance because my body was fighting against itself. If you want to know more about HS, make sure you check the link in the description box below because I break it down in so many videos, right? But these are the things that led me to what I'm teaching you today. I had to learn that artificial hormones trigger the outbreaks that I have in my scalp. Okay. Acidic foods cause outbreaks in my scalp as well. And most importantly, what we're tackling today, and this isn't just for HS, this is for all major scalp inflammation across the board. Another thing that I learned was heavy oils or just oils in general and butters block my follicles, triggering outbreaks in my scalp. These are things that I learned, but as I learned those things, I had to learn why, and I'm sharing the why with you, right? But upon learning the why, I had to do a deep cleanse from the inside out, starting with the scalp detox and exfoliation and a full body detox from head to toe, right? No quick fixes. So today, my goal for you is to gain control of your hair growth cycle so you can do spot repair. What do I mean by spot repair? If let's say everything is going good in your hair, like it would be going good for me the majority of the time, and then boom, shickle boom, out of nowhere, your hair starts breaking off. You know that you haven't done anything wrong. You're not using any new products or anything. You just can't figure it out. And once you do figure it out, you're still frustrated because you spent so much time fixing your hair from the last time it broke off. And now you have to start over. Guess what? A product is not your solution. Today, we are going to dive deep into the natural hair growth cycle so you can understand everything that goes into your hair growth. So that way, if something happens and your hair falls out, you can grow it back. Okay. Okay. So let's talk. Before I keep going, give me a 2 if you're with me. Let me check the comments. Okay. Hold on. I think I'm going to have to put my glasses on, guys. Hold on. I can't see, Sam. I can't see. Okay, that's better. That's better. It's better. It's better. Okay, so let's get into this. I'm going to take myself off the screen for a minute just so you guys can focus on that and not me. All right, so the human hair growth cycle, that is what we're talking about today. Do me a favor, if you are watching this on replay, type it in the comments. Human hair growth cycle is what we are going to be getting into today, and not just today, for the entire month. Yeah, this is what we're talking about. So the human hair growth cycle consists of 3 main phases. That is going to be the anagen phase, which is the growth phase, the canogen phase, which is your transitional phase, and the telogen phase, which is the resting phase of your hair growth cycle. All right. So yeah, this is something that you really, really need to understand. And if you can understand each phase of the hair growth cycle, you can understand why putting a bunch of products and stuff in your hair is not a thing. So let's get into it. All right. The anagen phase. The anagen phase of the hair growth cycle is so important. This is the growth phase. So we are pressed about hair growth. If you are pressed about your hair growing, right? Or if you are really, really interested in making sure that you maximize hair growth, who is not, then this is the part that you need to be paying attention to. I need everybody to do me a favor, write it in the chat and in the comments. Everybody needs to be here and have their post notifications on when I post the video specifically talking about the anagen phase. Each phase of the hair growth cycle is going to have its own video, but I have to break it down like this, right? This is very, very complex information. So Number one, this is the active phase of the hair growth cycle. So, as it pertains to this being the active phase of the hair growth cycle, this literally means that this is the phase of the hair growth cycle where your hair is actually growing, right? This is where your hair is actually growing. This is where your body, your follicle is producing new hair growth cells. This is one of the most important phases of the hair growth cycle when we're talking about growing hair, right? And at any point in time, there are only a certain amount of your follicles that are in this phase, all right? But it is the majority of your hair follicles if everything is going right. Now, in this phase, the hair follicles are actively producing new hair strands. And the duration of the anagen phase varies from person to person, but it typically lasts anywhere between 2 and 7 years. Now, depending on your diet, depending on the way that you carry yourself, depending on the different things that you do, you can end up extending this phase. Sometimes you are able to extend this phase through the things that you eat and things of that nature. We'll be talking about that in a second, but you can also shorten up this phase drastically through certain practices, which we'll also talk about in a minute. All right. So, the duration of this phase, like I said, normally lasts anywhere between 2 to 7 years. And your hair this is also the phase, where I always say like your hair grows approximately like an inch and a half, a little less than a half of an inch every month. This is what we're talking about, right? This is what we're talking about within this hair growth cycle. So when we're talking about somebody who has, like, let me say 24-inch hair or something like that, if all of your patterns are followed in a certain way, like we'll talk about in this video, you're able to retain length. Now, if you're a person like me who has something like hydrogenated suppurativa, right? Like I said, and I'm just sharing this simply because there's so many people like, oh my God, how do you know about hair growth and your hair is the same length? Listen, because I have hydrogenated suppurativa. Yeah, and I beat it. My scalp should look like this. It should look worse than this, but it doesn't, because of the things that I'm teaching you today, I am able to beat hydrogenated suppurativa. So instead of boils looking like this, they are very, very small. They're like this big, right? So yeah, you can cure your inflammation and you can put a cap and manage certain things within your body if you just simply know the different phases of your body, right? So the longer the anagen phase is, the longer your hair can grow. And this is something that is really, really important for most people to understand, because when we're talking about hair growth, when we're talking about extending the natural hair, when we're talking about extending the natural hair growth cycle, right? It is really, really important for us to get to the point where we really, really understand the simple fact that most of the time, when we are actually growing our hair out, or if we're actually like seeing that our hair isn't growing, is because of something that is happening internally. Because if we are managing everything the way that we are supposed to, on the internal level and on the external level, we will make it through the hair growth cycle with ease. But no problem, we're going to get to some things. So like I said, because the anagen phase, this is a phase where only about 85 to 90% of your follicles are in this phase at one time. But I also need you to remember that when it comes to your hair follicles, they are all independent. So all of your hair follicles are not in the same hair growth phase. There could literally be two hair follicles right next to each other in two different phases of the hair growth cycle. This is why it is so important for you to not pack your scalp full of products so your scalp can get even oxygen flow, because all of the follicles are independent. Okay, let's keep going. So when we are talking about the anagen phase, this is the phase that everybody's happy about. This is the phase where the hair is growing. But give me a 5 real quick if you tired of your hair shedding. Sorry about that noise. Give me a 5 really quick if you are a person who's like, I am so tired of my hair shedding. Like, let's do away with the shedding. I'm over it. Let me know. let me know really quick before we move on, because I will have you to know there is nothing you can do about shedding. Shedding is something that is supposed to happen. And let me tell you something. Most of the time, we slow down our own hair growth cycle. And this is gonna blow the people who are open to hearing what I'm about to say. People who are not on the defensive are gonna be like, oh my God, it makes sense. The more you try to slow down the shedding, the more you slow down your hair growth. Hear me out. Most people think that when their hair is shedding, there's something wrong. It's the opposite. What if I told you that shedding, as long as it's not coming out in glops and clobs like this, but shedding is a good thing. If you find that you're shedding, most likely you are in a certain phase of the hair growth cycle. Let's talk about it. And this is why I want y'all to stop. And I'm not going to tell you who to stop listening to or none of that. But I want you to stop being so focused on people who are giving you quick fixes, because when you follow the human body, it's easy for you to get to solutions without spending money. Listen, I sell stuff too. I sell stuff too. So I'm not saying like, oh, companies are bad. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying make it make sense. Even for my website, when people are like, oh, people email me, and this glare is killing me. People email me and say, oh, Sam, will your tea unclog the follicle? No, you have to unclog it yourself. But after it's unclogged, it'll help it grow. So today we're talking about real life solutions. All right. So shedding. Let's hop into shedding. Most people, they give you products for you to use really quick to tackle your shedding problem, but you're always in the same spot. And that is because shedding is not something that can be stopped. Shedding is not something that should be stopped. Somebody put that in the comments real quick for me. Shedding is not something that should be stopped. Like, what are we doing? Okay. The canogen phase. This is the transitional phase. Hey, somebody write it in the comments for me. The transitional phase, right? Okay. The canogen phase is the transitional phase of your hair growth cycle. This is a brief, listen, this is supposed to be a brief. It's only supposed to be happening for a second. Okay. This is a brief transitional phase that follows the anagen phase. So after your hair gets done growing like it's supposed to for those 2 to 7+ years, then it's going to hit the canogen phase for a very short period of time, right? This is where the hair growth slows down and the hair follicle begins to shrink. Not permanently. Your body is a masterful machine, all right? Your body is a masterful machine. Let's get into how this machine works. That's what this is about today. All right. Like I said, this is a brief transitional phase that follows the anagen phase. Hair growth slows down and the hair follicle begins to shrink. This phase lasts for about 2 to 3 weeks, only 2 to 3 weeks. But guess what? If you are greasing your scalp every day, if you are packing your follicles full of heavy oils and heavy butters and stuff like that, guess what? Your transitional phase is going to last a lot longer than 2 to 3 weeks, because your follicle doesn't have proper oxygen flow. There's too much bacteria on the scalp because you've been co-washing, so you haven't been properly removing the bacteria that lives on the scalp naturally, and that yeast. Yeah. All right. Only a small portion of the hair follicles are in this phase at any given time. So it's not like your whole entire head is in that phase, right? Next up is going to be the telogen phase. During this phase of the hair growth cycle, which is the resting phase, somebody type it in for me for a minute. This is the resting phase, all right? This is where your hair is not growing. This is supposed to happen. Do you understand? Everybody has seasons and cycles. The earth has seasons and cycles, and everything has seasons and cycles. And my love, so do you. We have a season of growth. We have a transitional phase where we're not doing anything. We just being still, right? Chilling out, catching our breath. And then we get the intelligent phase where we go to sleep. You go to sleep, you rest for real. That's what your scalp is doing. That's what the intelligent phase of the hair growth cycle is. This is the resting phase where your hair isn't growing. So if you notice that your hair isn't growing for a little bit, that it's supposed to happen. But it's a chance that there's something that you could have done to extend this period. We're going to get to that in a second. During this phase, the follicle is at rest. It's not dead, it's at rest. If you have intelligent effluvium, your balding is not permanent. Your follicle is resting. If something is resting, it could be, hey, you got enough sleep, get your little funky ass out. Okay? No new growth occurs. And the existing hair is held in place. And I'm going to give you guys a visual demonstration of what I'm saying in a split second. So stay with me, please. This lasts for about 3 to 4 months. So if you have been noticing your hair isn't growing for 3 to 4 months, and then you spend your time packing the scalp full of all of these oils and butters that they told you to use online, you are slowing down your own hair growth cycle, my love, because you are supposed to have a resting phase. So if you're packing your scalp full of oils and butters during the intelligent phase of your hair growth cycle to try to pull it out of it, all you're going to do is extend it and make it longer. We're going to talk about it in a second. We're going to get deeper in a minute. I promise. We're going to get deeper in a minute. All right. This is the phase that everybody stresses about. Everybody, if you can, I love y'all so much. If you listen to the sound of my voice and your fingers ain't hurting, do me a favor and type this in for me. Exogen phase. Shedding. This is what this means. If you are a person who is experiencing extreme shedding and things of that nature, it's normal. It's normal. It's supposed to happen. It's not supposed to be slowed down. It's supposed to happen. It's supposed to happen. Do we have that in the chat? Like, let me just see. Let me see before I keep going. I'm gonna give y'all a second. I know it take time for the lag. So this is why I really want us to get into a place where we are able, thank you. This is why I want us to get to a place where we are really able to have these conversations for real, where we're not going back and forth. So that way we can really, really get to the bottom of everything. So we can really, really, really understand what's happening to our hair. So when you see shedding going on in your scalp, there's nothing wrong. You're not doing anything wrong. There's no chaos. There is nothing chaotic happening. Nothing is wrong. Everything's okay. All right. So that's something that I want everybody to really, really take hold of, because when it comes to shedding is normal. And the more you try to stop the natural rhythms of the human body, the more you mess it up. All right. Now, the characteristics of the estrogen phase. This is not a distinct phase, but it's a sub-stage of the telogen phase. So this is something that happens after the telogen phase. And I'm going to show y'all a visual representation of what I'm saying. It involves the active shedding of the old hair to make room for the new growth. Signs that you may be in this phase of the hair growth cycle, this phase of the hair growth cycle, you may notice an increase in the amount of hair that you shed during the daily activity, such as brushing or washing your hair. If you are a person like that, give me a 5 in the chat really quick. If you are at a place where you're noticing out of nowhere, right, that you are experiencing a abnormal amount, not to the point where it's clogs and like knots and balls of hair, but just before you didn't notice bits and pieces of hair on the sink or anything like that. You didn't notice that before, but now you do. Let me know if that's a place that you've ever been at before. If you have, then 9 times out of 10, you are in this phase of the hair growth cycle. All right. Shed hairs typically have small white bulbs like the structure of the root. But if you are a person who has in the past had different hair practices and different things like that, then your hair can break off in smaller pieces sometimes. So if you are a person who is experiencing shedding and bits and pieces breaking off a lot, then most likely your hair shaft is just weaker. You have low elasticity. Your elasticity in your hair is a little weak, and this is where something like OLAPLEX will come in handy, right? But let's keep going. Let's keep it moving. Give me a 1 if you are with me, because I know I could talk fast because I'm trying to get through this stuff. I don't want to keep y'all here all night. You know what I mean? Like, but really quick, everybody make sure you write down this coupon code because you are going to get 45% off my entire ebook store. Only the ebooks, boo, not the herbs, mama. Nah. But the ebooks, you're getting 45% off all of my ebooks with the code POP-UP45. So we'll talk about that again before we go. The hair follicle. Hair follicles on different parts of the body have very, very different levels or different hair growth cycles, right? So this is why hair grows longer in other places than it does on some places. Like the hair under your arms not gonna be as long as the hair on your head, baby. That'd be a little weird, now wouldn't it? Scalp hair, for example, typically has a longer anagen phase in comparison to the body hair, because that would be weird if the hair on your head and the hair on your chin or the hair on your lip or your eyebrows was just as long. That would be weird. The entire hair growth cycle repeats itself continuously with different hair follicles at different stages of the hair growth cycle at one time. The length and thickness of your hair are influenced by factors like genetics, age, health, and hormonal changes. Now, we are going to get to a lot of those, but before we do, I have a couple of questions for you. Are you ready to break your old habits, right? Your old bad habits? Because at the end of the day, when we throw off our anagen phase, and I'm saying we because I've done it too. Like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Like, we all do it. Like, I have made stupid mistakes with my hair all the time. Like, all the time. I've made mistakes too. But when you make mistakes, if you know your natural hair growth cycle, if you know the human body's natural hair growth cycle is not a big deal, and you can work it out. So let me know in the comments if you've ever been here. If you are a person who has ever been in any of these situations, or if you feel like you maybe are stuck at a wall. Are you ready to break free from any bad habits that you may have? There are a lot of different things that you'll need to do. Go ahead and take a screenshot. Oh my God. Hold on. I have to put my face on the. Where? Thank you. Oh my goodness. Like that's like Starbucks for the whole house. Thank you. Oh my God, you're so sweet. I really appreciate you. If you got a question, boo, ask it. I'm answering you first, okay? I'm answering you first as soon as I get my hair out of my face. But I really want you guys to focus on really changing your body from the inside out, because to try to change your hair growth cycle just from adding a certain hair product to the hair or anything like that, it's simply not going to work, and your body needs more. If you have been on a continuous cycle doing certain things to the human body, then there is a certain point in time where you really will have to do something completely different. So right now, what I want to do is pull up some pictures to show you guys what the natural hair growth cycle actually looks like. All right. So let me know if you can see this, and I need everybody to take a screenshot. I'm going to get this banner from running down here so that way everybody can get a screenshot. Take a screenshot of this right now because I want everybody to have this in their repertoire. I need you all to know the human hair growth cycle. I am not making this up. It's not like, you know, you remember the bagging method and stuff. They was making up words. I have not made up anything. You can research on medical journals and confirm or everything that I'm saying. Like, I'm not making any of this stuff up. All right. This is not coming from the brain of Sendao. After you have your screenshot, put a 9 in the chat so I can know that we can start moving along, right? So again, the anagen phase, like I said, this is the phase is active, right? It can last, like I said, we most things that you'll say will say between 2 to 7 years, but it could be longer. Like a lot of women, a lot of Asian women, studies have shown that a lot of Asian women have extremely long hair growth cycles. Like studies were showing that a lot of Asian women's hair growth cycle was lasting like 10, 15 years, opposed to the normal like 2 to 6 years or 2 to 7 years for most people, right? And I also want y'all to know that the things that we eat go in deeply into your hair growth cycle. And I think we could all say that if we had to pick one race of people, not one race, but between Americans and people in Asia, they eat better than us. Okay. So like I said, this is how the hair growth cycle looks. So again, anagen phase. Look at the anagen phase so you can see what I mean when I'm talking about, right, your hair growth cycle. So in the anagen phase, you see how it looks like a tree, like the tree of life. That is what it is. This is where your hair is growing. This is where the new hair growth cells are being produced and all of that. That's anagen. That's what it looks like visually. I'm going to show you a couple of different pictures. So, because I know everybody's brain works differently and I want everybody's brain to get this information. This is just the first picture. I have a couple other ones so you can get familiarized with it. The canogen phase, I just explained that to y'all, right? That's our transitional phase. And as you can see, your hair is not growing or anything like that. All right. And then next up, telogen, you see how it looks resting, and then the return to anagen. So I'm going to go over to another picture because I want you to get an even better representation of that. But give me a 1 if that one was okay. Is that the nerve on the right? No, that is the sebaceous gland on the right. That is the oil gland that you're looking at. So you know when I say don't grease the scalp, this is why you don't grease the scalp, because you already have one. But I'm gonna give you a better picture right now. Hold on, give me 1 second, babe. So here's another one, right? Here is another one. So same thing, anagen, canogen, telogen, return. All right. So do you see how in the anagen phase, how the hair shaft is completely connected to the blood supply and all of that? So I need y'all to remember, if your hair is shedding, it's a good thing. Why? Because that means that you're restarting your anagen phase. If you are experiencing shedding, that is only because there's a new piece of hair coming out in its place. Hair is not coming out of your head unless a new hair is coming under it in a healthy hair growth cycle. That's the only reason hair is coming out. So if you're constantly putting products on the scalp and blocking the follicle, how is the hair growth cycle constantly going to repeat itself like it's supposed to? Right? It's not a rhetorical question. It's not going to repeat itself like it's supposed to. I'm going to give you one more photo, right? It's not going to repeat itself like it's supposed to. So look at the hair shaft, right? This little bubble on the side, that little on the right hand side, that little pocket is called the sebaceous gland. The sebaceous gland is the gland in your scalp that produces oil. So when you put Blue Magic or any type of petroleum based product or anything for that matter on the human hair shaft, all you are doing is blocking the natural oil that's coming out of that pocket from getting to the scalp. Give me a 5 when you recognize this. So you see on the right hand side, what I said is the sebaceous gland, the little crunchy little nipplet, little niglet little thing on the right hand side, right? Pay attention to how it's shaped. It goes directly to the scalp. It's a sac that lives with on the side of the hair's follicle, inside of the hair's follicle, on the side of the hair shaft. The opening of the sebaceous gland is all along the side of the hair shaft and the scalp. So the if the only purpose of the sebaceous gland is to push oil out of your scalp, your hair is saturated with oil before it comes out of the scalp. In your follicle right now, at this very second, if you're at this very second within your follicle, is surrounded by sebum. The hair that lives within your follicle is surrounded, encased by your natural oil. And the second it comes out of the follicle, you want to know what helps it come out of the follicle? Your natural sebum. So if you don't have anything on your scalp, when your hair comes through the scalp, it automatically has oil on it. Not to mention, when the hair pokes up through the hole, it makes an opening. Listen to me. When I was just talking to y'all about the canogen phase of the hair growth cycle, that is the phase of the hair growth cycle where the hair follicle shrinks a little bit. So if you're already in the canogen phase, your hair follicle is already shrinking, and then you're constantly greasing the scalp. It is very, very easy to understand why the natural hair growth cycle would be slowed down, right? And so I'll need you to look at and pay attention to what the canogen phase looks like when it goes from anagen growing to the canogen phase resting to the telogen phase up a little higher, not growing at all, to moving up next. It's early anagen. So pay attention real quick. When you see it again, give me a 5 when you see it. Give me a 5 when you see it. On early anagen, pay attention to how it says early anagen. At the very base, look at the very base of the hair's follicle. That's a whole new strand. That's the only reason that hair in early anagen came out. So if you're greasing the scalp, you're making it hard for the hair that's on the way out, on the estrogen phase, that's trying to come out. That hair is trying to come out so this new hair can come out. But if the scalp and the follicle is full of oil and full of petroleum and full of bacteria, then it can't come out. I know that there's going to be somebody's granddaughter that's going to be like, oh no, we're supposed to grease our scalp. Listen, I have been doing this for over a decade, and I am backed by a lot of dermatologists. Like, the only dermatologist that I met that didn't agree with what I said was one that was money hungry and selling oils and butters. She was selling oils because she knew that people would buy it. And by her being a dermatologist, she also knew that women didn't listen to her because they thought that oils and butters were better. So that's what a lot of dermatologists went ahead and did. But this woman here, she said, I put this in the chat, but I come in here as well. I saw my dermatologist today, and she said the exact same thing you've been saying. She said shampoo is the only thing that belongs on the scalp, and that this amazing shampoo that we're going to talk about in a second, we'll talk about it in a second, is an excellent choice for scalp infections. I have seborrheic dermatitis. All those years of greasing my scalp wasn't a good idea. She prescribed. I just don't like, especially because of YouTube and stuff. The reason that I'm skipping over words, I don't like saying prescription words on YouTube because then it'll flag my stuff. So y'all can read, y'all know what they're saying. I'm gonna buy me some this week. Thanks for all your knowledge. I think you could be a dermatologist for real. I really could be, and I was going to until I found out how much longer I would have to go to school, and I was like, never mind, I'll do something else. So the things that I'm telling you guys, this isn't something that things that I'm just saying like off the top of my head. I'm looking at my notes. It's not something that I'm saying like out of emotion or, like being rude or anything like that, or like trying to, oh, Team Natural, nope, this viral. Like, no, I am giving factual information to you guys, and you can go research it on your own. Like, it's literally that simple. But the things that we do that we think are shortcuts, the things that we're constantly doing to avoid just normal hair growth things that we should be doing, are really the things that are limiting us in real life. So these are things that I really need us to think about. Go ahead and ask your questions before we keep going along, because I'm pretty sure after everything that I've said, there's some type of question, something somewhere. Let me know. I'm gonna go back to these slides too. So as I'm waiting for questions, right? The hair shaft. The hair shaft is so important. The hair shaft is still connected to your blood supply. And because the hair shaft is still connected to your blood supply, the things that you eat, the things that you ingest, like the environments that you're in, is going to affect your hair growth cycle. And I think that's something that a lot of us don't really pay attention to. The things that we're ingesting, the things that we're putting into our body, and the way that we style our hair, our shortcuts, and the things that we are or the things that we are or are not investing into our body are really slowing things down. So let's write these down. Split ends. These are things that are long term. Split ends, hydrofatigue, and this scalp disorder right here that hair shaft disorder right here that I've let you guys see a couple of different times, because it is very, very important for you to understand that hair products are only meant to help you style your hair. They are not a band-aid, and they do way more harm than good. And this is something that I really need most people to understand, because if you can understand this, you will completely eradicate scalp inflammation. This is what this hair shaft disorder looks like. Most people who are using a whole bunch of hair products, and most people who have to constantly keep doing big chop after big chop after big chop after big chop, this is why. Because you never get to the core of your problem. The product surge that has been going on for these last 10 years plus years has really put everybody in this state where they're only using band-aids. Only using band-aids. Give me a 2 if you know what I mean by that. Only using band-aids. We are only putting hair products that just coat our hair and make it feel shiny and sparkly and bubbly and stuff. But no, that's not what we're supposed to do with our hair. Our scalp is supposed to remain clean, clear, and free, and clear of debris. Now, the only time that I ever recommend anybody putting anything on the scalp is if, let's say, for an example, you are using like you have braids, right? Let's say you have box braids, and I don't recommend you washing your hair every week with box braids in. So what you could do is use some rose water or some cucumber water, not like made in your house, but like some that got preservatives and stuff in it, or witch hazel. And you could clean your scalp with a cotton ball. Oh my God, with a cotton ball, using those things. You said it looks very scary, like an insect with legs. But when most people hear the word split ends, you think this. You just think like, oh, this is an end, and then it's split in two. That's what when a hairstylist is saying, get your hair cut every 6 to 10 weeks. This is what we're trying to get you keep you from avoiding. Because especially cosmetologists that really went deep, into the science of hair, right? We know all about different scalp disorders and scalp inflammation and hair shaft disorders, because across social media, all you really know about is hair shaft. Scalp disorders, because scalp disorders are the thing that pops up really fast, right? You're gonna definitely notice for sure scalp infections. You're gonna notice balding. You're gonna notice all of that. You're gonna notice that. But you may not notice on your hair. You know why? Because you're packing it full of products. So you're not gonna notice that split end. You're not gonna notice this form of a scalp disorder right away. You're just not gonna notice that. There's no way you're gonna notice it because you're not looking for that. You're not looking for that because all you're doing, you're keeping your hair curly because you think that having your hair straight is like the worst thing that anybody could do. So you're just packing it full of all of these products so you don't know what's going on under here. And then you go in to see a licensed cosmetologist. She straightens your hair. It's see-through. She's like, oh my God, this is bad. It's because the Band-Aids that you've been using with your hair products have been rinsed out. Because if you went to a good cosmetologist only wants to do hair on a completely blank canvas. Hair is art. So that's like doing somebody's hair that hasn't been washed is like Picasso painting on top of somebody else's picture. No, I need a blank. What are you doing? What is this? So those are things that I really, 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 really want everybody to think about, because it is something that really, really, really will block your hair growth cycle and slow down your hair growth cycle. So really think about that. All right, let's finish up these notes. We'll hop into these questions, and then it does, like, now that you say that, thanks a lot. Now I'm creeped out too, because it does look like a bug now. But this is what the human hair shaft looks like. When you have split ends, it's not all like, oh, she wants us bald. Hairstylists want us bald. No, hairstylists want you to stop losing all of your hair. I wasn't told it was to retain length for many years. But I mean, just being honest, and you my boo. So you know I love you, and you know this is coming from a good place with you. You my boo. She the one who went to school. So when you come into somebody for their services and you're trusting them, like, who is like, whatever you do for a living, right? When you go to work, you just go to work and do your job. Every time your boss have you do your job, you don't do have to take the same test and recite the same information that you had to recite to get the job, because they already hired you. They know that you know it. So they not coming and checking you and making you prove yourself and explain how you do what you do, because they've already hired you. So, and I'm not being rude, but when you think about it, like, a hairstylist feel the same way. I know I did. It's like, I've already been to cosmetology school. I don't want to keep explaining the science of hair. You're not here for that. You did not book a consultation. And I'm not talking to you, babe. I'm just speaking for anybody who feels like, you know what I mean? You didn't, like most stylists would be like, you didn't book a consultation. You're not here because you booked a consultation. You booked a hair appointment. Yeah, you can ask questions, but it's like, if you want to, if you're here for a hair appointment and you say, okay, I want XYZ, if you don't ask, they're not really gonna. I don't know. I don't know how to. I don't know. Okay, let's keep going, guys, because I'm no longer behind the chair, so I don't have those problems. So I don't. It stresses me out to talk about it. Because I'm free. Okay, so short-term scalp issues. Okay, these are the things that I want us to think about: dandruff, folliculitis, and psoriasis. Now, I have a video on folliculitis. Give me a 2 if you watched it. Folliculitis is so common that it makes no sense. The majority of women who have itchy scalp or something that they think is dandruff, burning, itching, most people have folliculitis. Folliculitis is an infection of overgrowth of the natural bacteria that is on the human scalp. I have a full video on it. As soon as this live is over, I love y'all so much. Please go watch the video on folliculitis on my channel. I will leave a link to it in the description box when this video is over, but go on my channel and watch the video on folliculitis because it will explain to you why most people are in the same state. So we have a moment of honesty. I need everybody to be real. I need everybody to keep it 100. Keep it 100, okay? Is this you? Do you relate to any of these, right? Single strand knots, flaky or itchy scalp, dry hair and scalp, breakage, or constantly hitting the hair growth wall? Like it seems like no matter what you do, your hair will not freaking grow past a certain length, or even if it does grow past that certain length, if it finally does grow past that certain length, it breaks off. You can't retain that length. Are you in any of these places? And I need you to take a screenshot of this if you are, because if you can be conscious, right, of the things that hold you back, then it's not going to hold you back anymore, because things are only a problem when they're hidden. My dad used to tell me that all the time. Things are only a problem. Things are only an issue when they are hidden. When you can see things, it's not sneaking up on you. When you can see it, it is not sneaking up on you. I thought it was to make it look neat. That's why my hair stayed around the same length. Nope, it's to keep the ends from breaking, boo. All except the growth wall. Okay. So that's why I want, and in the chat, I need you guys to, and I'm giving y'all time to, right, I want y'all to let me know, like, have you ever hit a growth wall, or do you relate to any of these, right? Task number 1, ask yourself real questions. That's why I said screenshot the last thing that I sent you. You don't have to comment below if you don't want to. You don't have to. I need you to do this for yourself. This is for you. This has nothing to do with me, because at the end of the day, I don't live with you. I'm not there with you. I can't police you. I'm not here to police you. I just want you to see how the things that you naturally do end up affecting your overall habits and patterns, right? So let's ask the hard questions. These are the hard questions. Everybody get the screenshots. I need you to get the screenshots, because this is for you. This isn't for me. This is for you. I need you to be confident in your own skin. I need you to not be dependent on me or anybody else to answer questions about your body. This is your body. I should not be more knowledgeable about your body than you. Nobody should have more answers for you than you. Period. Everything that comes out of my mouth should be confirmation for you. I shouldn't be giving you no new information after today, because after today, you should be digging. You should be digging. You should be like, I just watched Sin for confirmation now. I just watched Sin for alignment now. That's it. I don't need to learn anything. I am the guru. I am the master of my world, because nobody lives in that body but you. When you leave here, it ain't gonna be nobody up in that bad boy but you. It's you. You. All right? So, number 1, how often do I shampoo my hair in a month? These are not rhetorical questions. I need y'all, some of y'all, if y'all can, if you a real one, in the comments, answer for me. How often do I shampoo my hair in a month? And if you don't want to answer me, again, screenshot it. And I need everybody listening to the sound of my voice, write this down and answer these questions. You should know the answer to all of these questions for yourself. And the reason that I want you to write it down, upon you knowing everything that we're talking about today, your answers to your questions should convict you. It should convict you. How often do I shampoo my hair in a month? Knowing my natural hair growth cycle, knowing that every 28 days, the skin cells on my scalp die off and make their way up and off my scalp and make way for new hair cells and new skin. I know that every month. So how often am I shampooing my hair in a month? Or how often am I cleaning my scalp? Number 2, how many times do I wet my hair in one day or in a week? This is talking about hydro fatigue. How often am I just walking around and spraying my hair with a water bottle? We're not talking about Team Natural. We're not talking about none of that. We're talking about solutions. We're starting at the core. All right? We're starting at the core. Forget about all that extra stuff. Forget about all that extra stuff. I just want you to look at me. We're starting at the core. We're not going back and forth. This not who's right, who's wrong. No. We're starting at the core. All right? Back to it. Back to it. All right. Number 2, how many times do I wash my hair in one day? How many times do I wet my hair in one day / in a week? Number 3, how much do I comb my hair through the week? Number 3, how much do I comb my hair through the week? If you are a person who is like, oh man, I can't use oil to detangle, I can only use water. Some people are going to be triggered by this. I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm here to make you think. Why is your hair tangled in the first place? The only way hair gets tangled, the only way your hair is a fiber. The only way. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I love you. The only way that hair is breaking off, right? And the only way that hair is tangling is if it's not being combed. Hair is a fiber. The only way that a bunch of fibers are going to tangle is if they're just left to be unruly all day. If you don't allow your hair to tangle, you never have to worry about how you can detangle it because it's not tangled. I'm not trying to be rude. Hold on, let me put myself on camera. I'm not trying to be rude. There has never been a time that I've had to detangle my hair. I've never had to comb knots out of my hair. It should not be a regular occurrence. If it is a regular pattern of yours to comb knots out of your hair, you are doing something wrong. If every time you comb your hair, you have to pick up a product because it's matted or tangled, you are doing something wrong. That's not normal. I'm sorry. Just because you have curly hair does not mean that your hair has to be tangled all the time. This is coming from a licensed cosmetologist that did it for over a decade. I will be 34 in July. I have had my cosmetology license since I was 18. I've never done anything else. So that's something that I want everybody to think about. Hold on. Well, I'm going to finish these and then I'm going to get to your comments. I promise. Okay. So then we have, let me move myself. I'm covering the thing. So then we have, like I said, how much do I comb my hair in a week? And is my scalp clear or full of oils and butters? Oils or butters? Which one? Let's be real. Let's be honest. Let's be real. Let's be honest. I'm not trying to sell anybody any dream. I am backed by so many dermatologists. It makes no sense. This isn't a dermatologist that I know personally. This is just a person who watches me This is just the person who watches me, and I mean, not just, you know what I mean, and was like, okay, I'm about to go see a dermatologist. Like, I really recommend for all of you to do. But guess what? If you did, if you just listen to what I'm saying and stop putting all this stuff on your hair and just go watch a binge watch some of my videos, you don't even need to get your insurance billed. You don't even need to go see your dermatologist. Am I saying that I'm better than a dermatologist? No, I'm not. But what I am saying is there are things that you don't even have to experience. There are forms of scalp inflammation that you do not have to experience. You don't have to go through balding. You don't have to go through all of these things. You don't. Yes, you are so right. My hair did the same thing. It got dry, but then I did a light exfoliation scrub on my scalp. And then from then on, my sebum began to produce on its own. I was so amazed and upset because my hair has been in this never ending cycle of growing and falling out, and I couldn't make a connection. Why? Thanks so much. This has been so frustrating for years. So you're not alone. You're not by yourself. There's so many different people that are in this situation, but because there are so many people that are in this situation, it should let you know that there's so many people who are in denial and so many people who are like literally refusing to just follow the science. Follow the science. It's super easy. Let's follow this 5-step process. Number one, you're going to go within to learn your science. What is your sebum level? What is your natural skin cell turnover cycle? When is your turnover cycle every month? Around what day every month is it happening? When should you be getting a trim? What day of every month or what day of the years should you be getting trims? What is your scalp's profile? Are you low porosity, high porosity, medium porosity? Who are you? What is your hair? Remember, this is something, again, I'm not here to make friends, but when you go to a hairstylist, your hairstylist should not be the one who know everything about you. You should know everything that there is to know about you, my love. You need to know you. I need you to know you. And it's just as simple as that. You have to know who you are at your core. Because if you don't know who you are, how can anybody help you do anything? There is no way anybody can help you do anything if you don't know where you come in and going from. So that is why that is the most important thing. That's number one. Number two, apply your science with facts. Let's end this. Let's stop all of this back and forth stuff, all of this social media, team natural hacks. Like, let's let Black women stop being the laughing stock of the hair industry. Let's let Black women stop being the only group of women across social media that are arguing and going back and forth with each other and cussing each other about hair. Let's really learn about the science of the human body for real this time, right? Number three, find the tools and set routines, right? Let's stop washing our hair without a plan. Before you wash day should not take place before you know your end result. Like most people, it's like getting in a car and just turning the car on and you don't even know where you're going. You got to go somewhere. You don't have an address or nothing. You just got your purse and your keys and you just driving. You're going to end up anywhere. So get a path. Get a place that you're going. Number four, I need you to detox and set a balanced pH. The days of co-washing and excuse me, drinking water. The days of like co-washing and barely washing our hair and only using water because we believe shampoo is the devil and all of that. Those days are completely over. We're throwing that away and we are following the science of the human body, and we're going to wash our hair just as much as we wash our ass. Okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to wash our hair just as much as we wash our booty cheeks, okay? And then number 5, we are going to follow up with maintenance. So it's not enough to just do something one time. I need you to have a repetitive cycle of doing the same thing over and over and over again. That's why a lot of people, especially people who are new on my channel, is like, oh, you make this content, but what about your hair? Listen, I don't play in my hair. I have the same routine today that I had when I cut my hair off. When I was relaxed, it's all the same. Like, but now because I'm relaxed and I'm doing a different hairstyle, my products are changing. That's the only reason the products are changing, because when I was relaxed, I was wearing a short pixie cut, so I wasn't using a blow dryer. I was using foam wrap and papers. So my products changed, but the pattern stayed the same. Did you say wash hair every day? No, I didn't say that. Mm-mm. No, I didn't, boo. I would never tell you to do that. Mm-mm. So next up, what do you think? Okay, about what I've said today. You do not have to agree with me. You do not have to make my mouth no prayer book. But what do you think so far about what I said so far? And we're going to get to questions in a second. If you want to start asking your questions now, do so. So I want you to rate it from a scale from 1 to 10. 1 being you completely disagree with everything that I said and you want me to shut my ass up because you don't agree with nothing. Shut your ass up, Stan. You don't know what the hell you talking about. That's what a 1 is. And then 10 is like, girl, yes, my dermatologist said the same thing. Oh my God, is a 10. So where are you at? Where do you fall? Where you at, sugar? Where you at, sugar, boo? I'm okay. If you like 10, shut your dusty ass up. You don't even know. Shut your dusty ass up, Sin. You won't even know. You don't know nothing. You don't know shit, girl. That's what 1 is. Good. Thank you. Okay, good. Good. How do you figure out which? I'm getting there, boo. I'm gonna get there, boo. I got you. I got you, boo. Wait, I got you. Wait. Got you. Okay. Okay, good. Yay! That makes me so happy. Because I'm like, I don't want to just be like randomly like talking to myself. I'm like, oh my God. They think, oh my God, I'm on here with the slow girls. They think I'm making it up. But y'all not the slow girls. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. That's not nice. That's not nice. I'm sorry. That's not nice. That's not nice at all. I'm so sorry. Yeah, and yes, my dermatologist said the same thing. Oh, yes. I wish people would stop talking to me at work. I'm trying to listen. Like, I don't be getting in trouble. You be listening. You got hair. Don't be getting in trouble. Let me speed up before I get y'all in trouble. I'm about to go get my clip because I need to put my hair up. It's driving me crazy. Sorry, y'all. Okay, let's get back. Alrighty. All right, sugar. We almost done. All right. So, what do you need to change? Be honest with yourself. You don't have to tell me. I would love for you to. I really would love for you to share with me so we can like be in this thing together. But you don't have to. What do you need to change? What do you feel like you need to okay. I've been one of those people doing this dusty stuff. I do need to get this shit together because I think I may be the problem. I think it's me. I think it's me. I think I'm the issue. If you feel like that, let me know. Let's talk about it in the comments. Let's talk about it in the comments. Give me your answers in the chat really quick. What makes hair curly? I'm not going to tell you, but I'm just going to give you this picture real quick for a hint. If you're watching this on replay, don't be cheating. Because if you're watching this on replay and you looking at the chat, you cheated. So don't be cheating. What makes hair curly? It's two things. One thing is a picture, and then the other thing you should remember from other videos. If you are new here, then don't feel bad. Okay, my babies. Okay. So I have a giveaway coming up really soon. So the more active you are on my channel, the higher your chances are at winning in this giveaway. So I really, really recommend that you guys make sure that you go ahead and vote. Like, what makes hair curly real quick, okay? So again, this is a breakdown of the hair's follicle of the human scalp in general. So I really, really want you guys to pay attention to this. Take a picture if you need to. Look at the hair follicle. I want you to look at the sebaceous gland. When you find the sebaceous gland, put a 2 there. When you find the sebaceous gland, I need you to know it from looking at it, and I need you to see how it's working. All right. And I need to know that you really, really understand what we're talking about, because nothing, no bottle that any product line has holds what your body already holds. It's not more powerful than what your body already holds. And if you are experiencing dry scalp and you're not experiencing sebum coming out of your scalp, it can be fixed. I've already shown you that. All right. I've already shown you that it can definitely be fixed. So let's talk in the comments and in the chat. Did you learn anything today? And if you did learn anything, what was that? I am so interested to know that. I don't know if it looks like it or not, but I spent like a lot of time getting this information together for you guys. So like, it means the world to me to know that you guys got something out of it. So let me know in the chat. Let me know, did you guys get anything out of this? Did you learn anything? And if you did, what did you learn? All right, I am so excited to be on this journey with you guys. Really quick now, as you can see, there are multiple people who have been able to get results just watching my videos. If you just go binge watch my content, there's a possibility that you can just cure everything just from watching my videos and really just changing your habits. But if you feel like you need a little bit more help, or if maybe you don't want to filter through videos and stuff and you just want a clear way to reset things, then my 7-day hair growth challenge is going to be freaking amazing for you. Thank you so much, Kitty Cat, for putting it up on the screen. I appreciate you so much. Everybody who's asking your questions, keep them flowing. As soon as we finish, we are spending the last 20 minutes just answering questions. So shoot away. Just give me a minute. Okay, give me a minute. All right. So as it pertains to the hair growth challenge, right? It is amazing, right? I have had so many women at this point, thousands of women and men take my 7-day hair growth challenge and be able to change their natural hair growth cycle like nobody's business. A lot of these you guys have already seen. If you head over to my website, there are a whole bunch of new testimonials, new pictures, but I want to go over these because they are some of my favorites. All right, this beauty here has been doing the 7-day challenge since the summer. She no longer experiments with products and wastes her money. She's still impressed. Both the pictures are about 6 months apart, and she gets her hair professionally styled, trimmed, and she does her own hair in between appointments. Her hairdresser said that she's taking extremely good care of her hair. All right. So this is why I really, really, really want you guys to pay attention to the way that you are treating your hair, because it is so important. It is not as complicated as everybody tries to make it out to be. It's really not. It is a really, really, really good chance that you can completely cure your follicle disorders and everything by just simply changing the way that you do things, right? I just want to share my testimony from following Sin for the last 2 years. The third photo was taken in December, so you guys can read that, screenshot it for yourself, all right? So listen, this is from her doing the 7-day challenge, all right? This is the healthiest her hair has ever been. Look at her befores and look at her afters, all right? You can change your natural hair growth cycle, no problem, right? If you are still trying to figure stuff out and you want to check out some of my ebooks, remember we have this 45% off code called Pop Up 45, where you can get 45% off of all of my ebooks, all right? Says, hey ladies, I just wanted to share some progress pictures. I started the challenge in October, and the first pic is from December 28th. The second picture is from today, March 5th. My hair hasn't been this long since college, and that was about 20 years ago, girl. So this is her before picture. It's a little blurry, but this is her after. Her before and her after doing the 7-day challenge. You can take her word for it, not mine. All right. Again, this is her before and her after doing the 7-day challenge. So join the 7-day hair growth challenge. All right. It is amazing. Like, I'm not even holding you up. And the reason that it's so amazing is because it's so simplistic. It's not going to cost you a whole bunch of money. You're not going to sign up for my challenge and then have to go out of pocket and spend another $200 on hair products. No, baby. Most likely you already have everything that you need in your house, because it's about your habits. It's about breaking down old foundations and building the new ones. All right. So you'll have access to an exclusive group coaching through your challenge. So as you're doing your challenge, you're in the group. You can ask me questions anytime you want. Sometimes I'll make like quick little videos, or sometimes I'll just give you a long drawn out post, like, but in that group, we have a lot of conversations, and most of the time women are going through the same thing. So a lot of times people don't even have to ask questions, because most of the questions that they have already been asked and answered by somebody else who's doing the challenge, because you have lifetime access to this group. All right. The full 7-day plan to detox and repair the scalp, resetting your natural hair growth cycle. All right. This is going to be an intro to the basics of hairstyling. So the basics of hairstyling, so you're not damaging your hair, so you'll know what to do and what not to do. This is going to be resetting the hair growth cycle. You're going to get PDF downloads and monthly question and answer with group coaching. All right. I love it. This is over $1,000 value. You guys have to remember, like, I charge coaching by the hour, but you guys have access to me 100%. Now, the great part about this, remember, we're about to get to the questions in a second, so give me a second. The great part about this, before you have to pay full price, right? Have to pay full price, which I still think is very reasonable. It's extremely reasonable, more than reasonable, way more than reasonable. But let's say you don't have that, because I know it's hard out here for a pimp when you're trying to get the money for the rent with the Cadillac and gas money spent. It'd be a whole bunch of people jumping ship. I understand. I get it. So that's why we have Sizzle. And with Sizzle, you can make payments, right? You can start with like just a little bit of money, just a little bit, and then you can make payments monthly and start the challenge immediately. So it's completely up to you. But just remember, really quick, for everybody who uses this option with Sizzle, you have to go to checkout. So add whatever you're going to add to the cart, even if you wanted to add teas too, girl, because listen, it ain't just for the challenge. You could just add a bunch of stuff to your cart, a whole bunch of stuff. And then you have to go to checkout. And right before, don't put your card information in, but right before you put your card information, it's going to ask you like credit card or debit, and then right under it, it'll see, you see the Sizzle logo that's right there. It'll be the Sizzle logo, and then you'll click that and then follow those promptings. And some people are starting the challenge for like $15. So you could start the 7-day challenge for like 15, 20 bucks. So there's no excuse. Like, we worked really hard to make sure that we had a financing option for you guys. So everybody can do the challenge. Everybody can. So make sure you go ahead and select the best option for your budget after you follow those the steps and things of that nature. And again, 45% off ebooks. So these are the different things that you can do. Also, if you maybe want to do the 7-day challenge and you still need a little bit more help, you can book a one-on-one consultation with me. With one-on-one consultations, just real quick disclaimer, you are booking a time slot. So make sure that when you book your appointment with me, you can make that time slot, because we cannot reschedule, right? And I know it sounds rude, but the way that I do my booking, I'm selling a time slot. So for example, let's say you book me from 10 to 11 o'clock. You book from 10 to 11 o'clock on Monday. So once 10 to 11 on Monday passes, that's gone. So if you need to reschedule, you have to pay for another day, because another day is for sale. I hope that makes sense. So make sure that you only book me on days that you can show up. I will never be late for you. I am always going to be on time. I'm going to be there before you. Guaranteed, I'm going to be there before you. So just please make sure that we there at the same damn time, because I have a grace period. And after that, I just don't run around and like play with my time. My time is extremely valuable to me. So I really hope that everybody took that the right way. Like, I hope it didn't come off like rude or anything, because I'm really not trying to be rude. Okay. So yeah, another thing, you get a free porosity test when you head over to my website. I'll show you guys that in 1 second, but you get a free porosity test over on my website. It is free 99. So make sure you go over there and check it out. You guys, I love you so much. All of these things are going to be very, very, very easy for you to obtain on your own. If you join my free group, I will have everybody that is in the free group, I will be sending out a link to this full to the full PDF that we just went over today. So make sure you stay on alert for that. But yeah, I love you guys. Let's go get into y'all questions. And I have to put my glasses on because I can't see any fucking thing. Ugh. Okay. Okay, my friends. Okay, my dear friends. Let me get to your questions, my friends. It's gonna be easier like this. What to exfoliate my scalp with when my hair is thinning? It's no different than everybody else. So remember, scalp exfoliation and skin exfoliation, like the way you exfoliate your elbows and the way you exfoliate your scalp, are two completely different things. So a scalp exfoliation and a skin exfoliation are not going to be the same thing. You can use a shampoo like this. Actually, here we go. Hold on. So exfoliation is another way to say removing dead skin cells. So when I say exfoliate, think, how do I remove dead skin cells? Don't think, how do I rub and scrub? Because the reason that you're saying that is because you like, my hair is already thinning. So why would I do an exfoliation? Because that's going to be rough on my scalp. No, it's not, because you're not doing a rough exfoliation like the way that you exfoliate skin, right? The skin on your feet. So what you're actually going to be doing in this case, you can use a shampoo and conditioner like this. So this is one of my favorite shampoos and conditioners. I am going to put a link in the chat in a second. Give me a second. But this is one of my favorite shampoos and conditioners. And the reason that it is because A is dermatologist, is made and created by dermatologists, for one. That's the first thing. And the number one thing in it is the salicylic acid. It's a tongue twister for me. I don't know why my mouth just doesn't want to say that word. But it's the salicylic acid. That is the thing within this product that makes it freaking mind-blowing and freaking amazing. And it is this acid. This acid, what it actually does, it goes in and it breaks down dead skin cells that were supposed to go but couldn't because of product buildup or anything like that. It is mainly for people who have dandruff, seborrheic dermatitis, scalp psoriasis, anything that causes scalp inflammation, that causes an overproduction of oil, skin buildup, dead skin buildup on the scalp, or anything like that. This shampoo and conditioner is amazing for it. Now, if you don't think that you have something as aggressive as seborrheic dermatitis, right? If it's not something like that and you think it just may be surface level, maybe just minor product buildup, maybe not too long ago you did a whole bunch of product hacks and stuff like that, or you made your own homemade stuff, then you may need like just a very mild detoxifying shampoo. And then in that case, you could use Olaplex 4C. Right? Olaplex 4C is a really good normal clarifier. It's a clarifier that I use once a month. So on my skin cell turnover week, I use Olaplex 4C. So that is my recommendation for you. If you really, really want to exfoliate and you feel like your hair is thin and it's something that you're nervous about doing, don't be nervous about doing that, because it is 100% normal for you to feel that way. But remember that exfoliating, don't let the word scare you. Exfoliating your hair and exfoliating your elbows and your knees are two completely different things. So again, I completely understand the confusion and how that would be scary than a mug if you thought that that was the level of aggression that you had to use, but it's not. All right, so I don't want you to worry about that, because you don't have to worry about that. Okay, let's go to your next question. I need to always know how my hair is doing. I know that's right. Stop being lazy and brush and wash more. Man, what? Oh my God, yes. I need to set up a plan after washing and combing daily. And see, this is the thing. Like, for example, scientific brushing is not that deep. Like, for example, my scientific brushing is when I wrap my hair in the morning and when I unwrap it at night. That's it. That's it. It's not that deep. It's not that deep. It's not. You don't have to sit there for 35 minutes, 45 minutes. No, just get in a regular habit of brushing your hair. Like, just have a regular habit of brushing your hair. And once you lose the fear of combs and brushes being bad and it's gonna make all your hair fall out, you'll actually begin to enjoy brushing your hair. You'll actually begin to like it. And then people will be saying it to you like, oh my God, would you stop touching your hair? Like, oh my God, it's so annoying. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes. I keep my ends lubricated. Why? I really want y'all to stop doing that. The same way that you can cause hydrogen fatigue to the follicle, you can cause it to the ends. Do y'all realize, like, you're not causing your ends not to break by keeping them saturated with oil? And every piece of oil that your hair is porous. Your hair is a porous fiber. Whatever you put on your hair, especially oil, makes it up the hair shaft. The only time you need to use oil is if you need help detangling, but just to get up, and I'm not being rude, but to just get up and be like, I'm putting oil on my ends. Stop doing that. Everybody, like, if I could get $1 for every woman who says, "Yup, I do that," and then I put oil on my ends at the end of the day. Do you realize that if there's oil from the outside world on your ends, the natural sebum from your scalp never touches your ends? You realize that, right? So if you put oil on your ends on a regular basis, once the sebum makes it to your ends, it never touches the hair shaft. God did not make the sebum that's coming out of your scalp to fight with hair products, because you're not supposed to put them on there. They're a foreign body. They're not supposed to be there. So sebum is not going to fight through all of the different products and all of the different oils that you're putting on your ends. So if you can't retain length and you can't figure out why your ends keep breaking and you're constantly putting oil on your ends, that's why. Because sebum is what keeps your hair strong. That's why when I have outbreaks that look like this in my scalp, hold on, I'm gonna show you. When I have an HS outbreak that looks like this in my scalp, I never have to cut my hair off all the way. I never have to shave my head completely bald, because even though because this is what hidradenitis suppurativa looks like. Yeah. I have hidradenitis suppurativa. Yeah. So even if I get a HS outbreak within my scalp, guess what? I never have to shave my hair off. You know why? My hair is strong everywhere else. It'll, in the places that I get a HS outbreak, then yeah, can't do nothing about that because it happens in my follicle. So whatever hair is right there is gonna fall off, of course. But the hair everywhere else is strong as hell. It's not going anywhere. So these are the things that I really, really want y'all to think about. If the reason that my hair is so strong is because it's so oily. There is nothing on my hair, believe me. Nothing else. No sebum, no serum, no nothing. Nothing else. You can tell, and I got a bunch of gray hair that's out now. I'm gonna color it in a minute. That's it. So, but my ends, when I'm cutting my hair to even things out from the holes from my HS spots. It's just that simple. It's just as simple as that, right? But once my ends are never broken. They're not broken. Why? Because my hair is covered in sebum all the time. So my hair is strong. It's strong. And I believe that's why my HS never gets this bad, because my hair is so strong. So that's something that, and I know a lot of people are not going to want to hear that. And that's one of the really hard parts of my job. You know, that's one of the really, really hard parts of my job. Yeah, oval hair follicle. Ooh. I know what you mean, boo. Oh man. The left side of my hair texture is more coarse than the right, and is longer than the right side since I was a kid. So what are your patterns like? And I want you to remember, you got 100,000 followers on your hair. They all independent, all of them. So you would have to go back. Is what it costs. That's what it costs. Yes, the 7-day challenge costs, and yes, I don't do nothing for free. This is free. I do this for free. This was free. You didn't have to pay for this, but I don't. Yes, everything else costs. This the only thing that don't cost. And then my group, the 7-day challenge group, you got to pay to be in that group. Yeah, yes. Yep. I can. Oh, girl, why do I keep taking these glasses off? That glare is like I have to admit, I stopped oiling my scalp and it started growing. Listen, like, just try it. I'm not like, this is the thing. The people who got y'all to start oiling y'all scalp had y'all do it off getting some money. All you got to do is do this. Click the link in the description box. Buy this, do this, buy this, do that. I'm just saying, stop putting oil in yourself. Stop it. Just stop doing it because you don't need it. That's what's slowing you down. It's only one thing. It's only one group of women on this planet whose hair will not grow past a certain length. And that same group of women is the one group on this planet that oils their scalp. People love being like, oh, Indian women and women from other races and Asian women, they put the oils on their scalp. They leave it on for about 30 minutes and then they shampoo it out. They don't co-wash, and that's not a thing. And then people love to be, oh, well, back in the day. Well, guess what? Back in the day, they used to take horses everywhere, but you got a Tesla or you want one. Like, come on. What is your opinion on a cleaner ingredient? Girl, listen. That's how they get you. I stick to the same professional products that I have been using since I was in cosmetology school. I don't use products like that. I just don't. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't have an opinion. I feel my opinion is they are all very, very great marketing employees. That is my opinion. They're great marketing employees. What can I detox my scalp without answer that? I need help saving my hairline and edges. So what are you doing? Something you're doing is making them fall out. For example, with me, with my spot, HS. When I eat double cheeseburgers with mac sauce, when I eat canes and stuff, like, I get outbreaks in my scalp. Yes, I do. I sure do. So when I need, and then when my edges start thinning out and things of that nature, I start looking at my habits. Am I tying my hair up every night too much? Am I wearing a tight scarf? Is my hair always tied up? Am I wearing my hair braided too much? Am I not letting my hair out enough? Those are things that you have to look for. You have to look at the cause. If you want to fix something, you have to look at the cause, because there is no secret balding fairy. I'm not like trying to get on you. I'm just saying in general, there is no secret balding fairy hunting us, making our hair fall out. If your hair is thinning out, if your hair is breaking off, there is something that you are doing wrong. Whether it's you styling your hair, whether it's the products you're putting on your scalp, whether it's the things that you're eating, whether it's the things that you're not eating, the things that you're not doing, whether it's you not being active enough. There are so many different things that go into it. But it's never just, oh, what can I put on it? The thing that you have to do is get to the source of the problem. When somebody books a one-on-one consultation with me, what they're booking me for is to get to the cause. We get to the core. And when we get to the core and the cause, then I'm like, all right, bet. That's all that happens. So this is how you fix it. And then it's an easy fix. If they listen, if they pay attention, if they do what I say. Well, you didn't know that. I don't know what I said. I don't know what I said that you didn't know. I'm sorry. My hair was cut by a hairdresser and never grew. Listen, don't get mad at me when I say this. Don't get mad at me when I say this. Please don't get mad. We just talked about the natural hair growth cycle. Let's go back. Hold on. Don't get mad at me. for what I'm about to say. But I'm not here to be friends. I'm not here to be nice. I'm here to make you think. Because things only can sneak up on you. Things can only play you when they're hidden. Things are only a problem when you can't see them. When you can see them, you can fight it every time. So sorry if I'm making your hair hurt. But I just really need y'all to see this. Oh, crap. Hold on, players. Hold on, players. From the Himalayas. Here we go. Okay. So, don't get mad at me when I say this. I feel like you're going to, but it's okay. My hair was cut by a hairdresser and never grew. If you're saying, and if you're not saying this, and I'm not talking to you, but there are people who feel like this, and I'm talking to you. The natural hair growth cycle, the anagen phase of the hair growth cycle, right? That's happening within the follicle, so not on your ends. You getting a haircut has nothing to do with your hair growing or not growing. You cutting your ends does nothing to the inside of the hair's follicle. Nothing. Just like you getting a trim doesn't grow your hair. You getting a trim doesn't make your hair grow. You getting a trim helps you hold on to the hair that you have grown because it keeps the ends from splitting. So don't get mad at me when I say this, but the natural hair growth cycle is 2 to 7 years. So how can a hairstylist that gave you a trim one time within a 2 to 7 year span, how could one trim on your ends stop your hair from growing? That's not true. We have to have accountability. That doesn't make sense. How can a person opening and closing their shears on your ends stop your hair from growing through a 2 to 7 year hair growth cycle? Please explain that to me. I'm not being a smart ass. I really want to understand because I do not understand. Scientifically, that makes no sense. Theoretically, in no way, shape, or form can somebody cutting your ends cause your hair to slow down growing unless they cut your scalp as they were cutting your ends and damage your follicle. No, some pattern that you had around that time slowed down your hair growth cycle. A trim does not slow down the hair growth cycle, just like a trim don't speed it up. Me trimming your hair is not going to make your hair grow faster, but you'll be able to see the hair that you've grown because it's not going to break off. So you'll be able to see it. So I'm not being rude or nothing, and I really hope you don't take what I just said offensively, but no, she has nothing to do with the fact that your hair never grew. It's your fault. Something you've been doing has been slowing down your natural hair growth cycle. So when you figure out what the thing is that you've been doing to slow down your hair growth cycle is, your hair will grow back every time. Every time. Every time. And that's why I mean by I'm saying it from love, because you are the only thing holding you back. You're holding you back. If your hair is not growing back, it's because of something that you're doing, and it'll never grow back because you're not taking accountability. So if you don't sit down, for example, let's say Blue Magic is the thing. Let's say you got seborrheic dermatitis, right? And seborrheic dermatitis, and let's say you don't know you got seborrheic dermatitis. And let's say your seborrheic dermatitis is triggered by Blue Magic, by you greasing your scalp with Blue Magic every day. Let's say that's what it is. Okay. So if you ask me, hey, Sin, what do I do to fix this? And I say, oh, put this on your scalp and drink this neem tea, and then everything will be okay. It's bullshit. You know why? And excuse my French, I'm just being real. If you sensitive, leave. It's BS, and it's just me trying to make money because, yeah, you gonna drink the tea. It's gonna fix the inside, but what is that gonna do to the follicle blockage? Because the cause of the seborrheic dermatitis is the Blue Magic. So if you still greasing your scalp with Blue Magic and you drinking my tea every day, what is that gonna do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So that's what I mean. That is what I'm talking about. I don't know why you're coming right here. That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you have to go to the core. You have to go to the core. And when you go to the core, you can figure stuff out. Your hair looks great. It's so shiny and beautiful. Oh, thank you. It's so oily. Thank you to J Love. Somebody just joined the 7-day challenge. Where's my bell? Oh, thank you. And then somebody else did before that. Thank you, guys. Thank you. It's so oily, and I just washed it a couple days ago. It's so annoying. I wish it could stay like bouncy full and stuff for days, but it don't. Thank you, guys. It was uneven and bad. I never will, so let anyone cut my hair for me. I've been getting cuts for 20 years. It was uneven and bad. I never will, so let anyone cut hair for me. I have been getting cuts for 20 years. Okay. Thank you. It's all sebum. That's what I mean. I don't want you to stop. I want y'all to stop adding oil to your hair. Like, I am special. But everybody has a freaking sebaceous gland. Look, Linda. Listen, Linda. Listen. Linda. Listen. Listen, Linda. So I want y'all to pay attention real quick. So where it says infected hair follicle, you see on the side where I told y'all before is the sebaceous gland. That's the oil gland. So you see how all of the oil is backed up and can't get out. How you think your scalp is feeling with you constantly putting all that oil and all the butters on there? If you block the follicle with something petroleum based, where is the sebum going to go? Nowhere. It's just going to stay in there and it's going to build up. That's the burning. That's the throbbing. That's the sensitivity to touch that you feel. That's all of that. Your only purpose in scalp care and hair care with the scalp is keeping it clean. Products do not go on the scalp. And if something is on the scalp, it is a treatment and it shouldn't be on there any longer than 30 minutes and then washed off. That's it. That's it. So anybody that's telling, oh, leave it on overnight, leave it on for this time, hack this, hack these nuts, y'all stop listening to these people that don't know what they're talking about. Okay, I love y'all so much, but stop listening to them. Why do hairdressers love cutting too much hair when not needed? Is it jealousy or incompetence? Okay. Hold on. This is not juice. It's just tough. I've been doing this for over a decade. I got my license when I was 18. I'm about to be 34. I've been having this conversation for a while. So don't get offended by me when I say this, but I need you to know that I'm a cosmetologist, okay? I'm a hairstylist. So I know you didn't mean it like this, but this is what I just read because I'm a hairstylist. So this is what I just read. Why do women like you love cutting too much hair when not needed? Is it jealousy or incompetence? What? Your perception needs to change. I need you to ask yourself 2 questions. The first question: what type of hairstylist have you selected that you think that they would be so jealous of you to cut your hair off? And what type of, I am so confused because please don't get offended by what I'm about to say. Women's lack of accountability blows my mind. And I'm not talking about you, right? This is one of the way that this is the reason that I don't do hair anymore. When you come to a hairstylist, let's say you come and you sit in my chair, right? and you say, oh, Stan, I trust you to do the works. And you like, oh, I haven't straightened my hair in 3-4 years. This is my first time. And then I straighten your hair. I went viral on YouTube from trims, from women who thought that they had long, healthy hair, but it was completely see-through. I need you to ask yourself, what cosmetology school for me costs $35,000, $40,000, $40,000. Why would I spend $40,000 to go to school and spend 2 years in school, go to state board, spend all of this money? I'm paying, mind you, booth rent, like when I was doing hair, booth rent was $280 a week. I'm paying $280 a week because I'm jealous, because I'm so jealous of women and I just want to sit here and cut their hair off. Do that make sense to you? I'm not being rude or disrespectful. I really want to have this type of conversation. I really want to know, does, in your heart of hearts, does that make sense to you? Does it make sense to you that a hairstylist like that I would spend, because I've been accused of that before. Not multiple. It only happened one time in my whole career, but it still happened. And the woman walks in, and I'm not saying this is you. You brought it up. The woman walks in. She hasn't straightened her hair. Her hair has been natural for 3 years. She hasn't straightened it in 3 years. So she hasn't seen it. All she's been doing is going like this. All she's been doing is, oh, it's long. Yes. Oh, it's long. Oh, that's all she's been doing is stretching the curls out and seeing how long it is. But she's never actually seen it. So then we straighten it. It's this long. But then, no, this is another girl that I'm talking about. I'm talking about multiple women. I'm talking about one specifically. Her hair was right here. But then when she saw it straightened, it was see-through up until right here. I'm talking when it was straightened, it was maybe on the ends, it was maybe this much hair. Maybe this much hair on the ends. Maybe on her whole head. So from that point on, there was nothing I could do. Like, so she was like, oh, well, don't cut nothing. Only cut, like, don't cut, only cut. I'm like, we might as, why am I cutting anything? Why am I cutting anything? Because if you saying only cut this much, like this, for an example, like, for example, her hair at the very, you see at the very, very top, her hair strand was all together. This is what a healthy hair strand looks like. A healthy hair strand looks like this. There's a couple of things on this dirty, this image, but for the most part, this is a healthy hair strand and a healthy cuticle. But her hair looked like this. So that's why at the top it was thick and at the bottom it's thin and see-through. So a cosmetologist, you thought when you walked in that you thought your hair looked like this when you walked in. In your mind, your hair looked like this. But the woman who's been to cosmetology school already saw this. That's what we see. Y'all think y'all hair look like this. It don't. You think you have healthy hair. You do not have healthy hair. Hairstylists are not jealous of y'all. Nobody's incompetent. If anything, we are doing our job. And in cosmetology school, we learn the anatomy of the human hair shaft. And in learning the anatomy of the human hair shaft, you learn this is what the hair shaft is supposed to look like. And when it looks like this, you have to cut it. Because if you don't cut it, so look at the very top. You see how it's thin at the bottom. And then you see how you go up. Do you see where the top splits? That's where a cosmetologist wants to cut. Ain't nobody scissor happy. I'm not being rude or disrespectful, but I've been doing this since I was 18 and I'm about to be 34 years old. And the amount of time that women have literally said that is insane to me. Why would a woman or a man go spend 2 years in school and have student loans that they still ain't paid off all the way? Hello. Because they jealous of you? It makes no sense. No, it's because your hair is damaged and you think your hair looks like this, but you went to a professional that can actually see it and they know that it looks like this. So if you've been team naturalin, and if it was your very first time, if that time you got your haircut that day, guaranteed, most likely that was your probably if that was your first time going to a salon in 6 months, if that was your first time going to a salon in a year, most likely you thought your hair was like this, but she saw it and it was like this. You know why? Because you've been at home putting band-aids on. You've been at home putting fillers and all of these different hair products on your hair. And a professional cosmetologist, the very first thing she's going to do is give you a clarifying treatment. And when she gives you a clarifying treatment, it's going to break up all of the layers of products that you put on your hair to give you the illusion that your hair is healthy. But this is what your hair really look like underneath. So ain't like what hairstylists, we did not go to cosmetology school to hate on y'all. And that's why the majority of Black women have these types of forms of alopecia, because this is what ends up happening when you don't cut off ends that look like that. At point blank, period. As a hairstylist, nobody is trying to hate on you. Hear me. And I'm not even talking to you no more, babe. So please don't think that my aggression is coming towards you. No. Like what? No. A hair shaft that looks like this. That's why I'm constantly telling y'all, you see where that split is, where it ends. If you came and you sat in my chair and your hair looks like this, I'm going to give you my professional opinion and say we should cut right there. If you say no, it's cool, it's okay, whatever. Now, granted, there are some hairstylists that be like, girl, shut up, I'm still cutting it. That I disagree with, because if people want to keep that hair on their head, then let it do it. But if you went to a hairstylist, my love, and she cut your hair after you asked her not to, baby, she was not hating on you. She was trying to save you in spite of you. That's it. Like, think what? Like, I'm cutting her hair because I'm jealous. Even though this is how I pay my bills and I can go to jail. Even though this is how I get my food and my clothing and how I wash my ass. I'm going to cut her hair off because I spent 2 years in school and I'm still paying off loans. But I only did that because I'm jealous of women. Like, come on, y'all. As you can tell, that was a trigger for me. My hair is brown and any sheen was from a clear rinse from my stylist. That means your follicles ain't been unblocked in a while. I'm sorry if I offended anybody, but I was offended. So if I offended you, oops, sorry, because I was offended. So people need blood tests for vitamin D, thyroid. Mm-hmm. There's no need for the hostility every time someone asks the questions. Listen, hey, listen. Get off my channel if you're sensitive. Flo is in town today. I am not it's no need to be so hostile. I am from Detroit. This is not hostility. This is love. Like, when my mom is one of 6, my father is one of 12, but I grew up with my aunties and uncles, with my mother's side of the family. My friends used to come over the house, and when my friends would be at the house, they would be like, oh my God, are they fighting? Oh my God, are they fighting upstairs? And I would be like, no, they laughing. That's how they sound when they laugh. And see, listen. And then they was quiet, and then they would be like, oh my God, they crazy. That's who I was raised by. I am not changing myself. I'm not changing myself. If you cannot take my aggression or hostility, I'm not for you. I am not changing one thing about myself to please anybody. But just like I think you're soft. You thinking that I'm hostile, Ashley? I think that you're soft as wet tissue if you can't take this. We have 2 wars going on right now. COVID happened. All the shit that didn't happen in the world. You can't handle the way that I talk. This is not a channel for you. I'm not masking who I am for y'all. I'm not gonna do it. It's stressful. Like, it's insanity to think that you can control the way that somebody talks as they give you free information. There are so many people across social media that I don't really like the way that they talk. I don't like the way they carry themselves. And guess what I don't do? I don't watch them. So don't watch me. But I got time today. and I'm not in the mood for, like, Flo is in town. It's the first day of my cycle, but I really still wanted to come on here and give stuff to y'all. I am not being hostile. I am a very passionate person. This is how I talk. Like when me and my husband are around the house, sometimes I'll be telling him a story. He be like, babe, you loud. Be like, oh, my bad. Oh. Like, I'm a passionate person. If you're soft, get off of my page. And if it makes you feel away, I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. I'm not going to change myself to give freely to anybody. And if it offends you, then okay, I'm sorry. We're just not in alignment, and it's okay. Anyway, I agree. It's a combination of things for me: medication, poor diet, hard water, bad products. Oh my God, yes. And listen, the great thing about that, J Love, is like, now that you know all of those things, now all you got to do is like get you a journal, right? And just make a new plan, right? So, okay, you like, just for you, real quick, it's your medication. Okay, so first thing I need you to do, and I'm for real, get a notebook right now. Right now, get a notebook right now. Right now, get a notebook right now. So what I need you to do, you said medication, that's number one. The first thing that I need you to write down, and I'm gonna try to talk slow so you can write this down. Or screenshot, timestamp, come back. Okay. I am going to get to that in 2.5 seconds. Not you, somebody else. Something somebody else said. And actually, no, because I thought that payment, I thought that was to you. But see, this is the thing. And I promise, J Love, I'm coming right back. There's no need for hostility every time someone asks the question, and OLAPLEX is banned in the UK and in the EU. I'm not talking to you because you don't know what you're talking about. So I'm not. Mm-hmm. And you do research why. I'm sorry. I was about to. Anyway, okay. So medication. First thing I need you to do, right? Go. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me. I don't want people in your business. But I want you to do, write down, and moderators, if you in here and that person says something back, can you block them and get them off my channel because I'm over it. Medication. What I need you to do, write down the name of your illness, right? And then the medication that you're using. And then the next thing that I need you to do, research what side effects are caused by these medications, right? And then the next thing, how does this medication affect my hair growth cycle? Okay. That's the next question. And I need you to find the answer to that. The next question that you need to ask yourself, and this is still on medication, the next question that you need to ask yourself as it pertains to medication, right, is what herbs can I ingest and what foods can I eat to counteract this reaction? For example, let's say that the medication is causing your white blood cell count to be down, right? I'm just throwing, it's just the first thing that popped up in my head. So, and that can affect hair growth in a way. So then you would say the next question that you would write, what fruits and vegetables and what herbs can I ingest into my body to increase my white blood cell count? You find the cause. The cause is the medication is lowering my white blood cell count. So the solution is what herbs and what foods can I eat to up my white blood cell count? I'm not saying that that's what it is. That's just the example I'm giving. Number two, poor diet. Same thing. What foods and vegetables cause this type of balding? Let's say you got your edges are thinning. I'm just throwing that out there. Let's say your edges are thinning. So the next thing you would say is your question for edges thinning would be, what vitamins and minerals could I be lacking that would cause my edges to thin, or that would cause my hair to thin? Or you could type in what herbs and what foods could I ingest into my body to reset my natural hair growth cycle, right? That's number two. Number three, hard water. That's the easy fix, baby. Hard water, just get a water softener from your shower. That's the easy fix. You get one of those for like $20 on Amazon. All right, that's the easy fix. And then bad hair products, we already talked about that, and lack of exercise. You already know what to do. So right there, literally Fix all of those things and you'll notice like your hair growth cycle doubling back up. I promise you, it's such an easy, simple fix. All right. My hair is 3A and mid back length. The hairdresser pulled out my hairs, cut the crap out like a stuff genetics don't lie. Wait, what? My hair is 3A and mid back length. The hairdresser pulled my hair, pulled out hairs, cut crap, and out stuff on. My genetics don't lie. So I don't understand what you just said. Hairdresser. Are you the same? Listen, how old are you? If you are not a child, if you're under 18, I'm sorry for talking to you like that. Where's your mama? You're not supposed to be on my page. 18 and up. If you are over 18, I'm sorry. Did she have a gun to your head while she was doing your hair? You could have gotten up at any time. I love you. My period is here. I can't. Hey, girl, I need you to go find a boyfriend and go argue with him because I'm not doing it today. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Okay. I'm glad you found me too, babe. My hair growth antenna levels have increased so much since I cleaned my diet. Drinking more water, iron supplements, iron-rich foods, smoothies, and eating fresh fruits and vegetables. Oh my God, you're my favorite, Lauren Bishop. Oh my God, yes, like that's it. It's literally that simple. And did you notice she didn't bring up like, oh, I mixed rice nipple juice and pickle juice and pooed it 4 times and then did a headstand and did some jumping jacks. Like nobody said that. It's oval shape. Oh, you got it. I love seeing y'all with stuff. Everybody who's answering questions, just know when the giveaway comes. I'm very curious at how my hair shape looks now. Thank you. Damn. Like everybody don't talk like, hi, Kai. So, hey, my name's Cindo, and today we are going to talk about something like, like when I've been doing hair since I was 18. So when somebody say, how come whenever y'all cut hair off, how come all hairstylists be jealous? But what else supposed to say? I'm sorry, we're not jealous of you. We just want to love you. We just go to school for 2 years for you to do hair, and then we just want to love you. I don't talk like that. I'm not about to be fake. I know y'all used to YouTubers and people being fake and giving y'all different people. I'm going to give you who I am. And if you don't, this is who I am. And if you don't like that, then go on. Because this is the last thing I'm going to say, then I'm moving on. What drives me wild, and I don't have a problem with no rapper or nothing because I don't give a crap. It drives me wild that like y'all listen to women like Zuki and Scarlett and all of this shit, but like I'm aggressive. It is insane to me. The type of stuff that I see, like, girl. Anyway, don't change, please. Love you. I won't. I love you so much. Thank you. Like I just let stuff people stay off my channel. It's annoying. Like in real life, like I don't like people like you're so loud, you're hurting my feelings. Shut your soft ass up. It's a bunch of calamity going on in the world. We don't got room for soft people. Go sit your little soft ass down by the rest of the tissue in the bathroom. Shit. Follicles are what my stylist saw me weekly and clearance belly shot. love you. Thank you. Thank you, kitty cat. Kitty cake. I keep saying cat. I'm sorry. This is how our fam give it up. This is how we speak from cats. Thank you. Maybe some people are soft or just don't like the truth. I don't know. Oh, well, but I'm not changing myself. Just like I can't make you hard, you can't make me soft. Leave me alone. Shit. I'm late. I just drunk this too fast. And so when you said my handy dandy notebook, I said it like that in my head. That's how I read it. And when I read the questions about cutting, I was wondering how long before you blew. Because it's annoying. And then it's like, she abused me. You're stupid. That's why I said, if you a little girl, I'm sorry. But you mean to tell me somebody, I don't give a shit how long I've been doing hair. And I've been a client before. If I'm sitting in a chair and somebody's hurting me, I'm going to be like, ouch, ow, whoo, hey, ouch. Like, what is happening? You can't say no. You can't not say stop and then say they wouldn't stop. Like, what the? And then you gonna blame everybody else because you soft. That's what I'm talking about. You coming on here like, see, you're so aggressive. No, I'm not. You're soft. You set your ass in a chair and let somebody, you set your ass in a chair as a grown woman and let somebody cut and snip and nip and tuck and hurt and pull on your hair and you ain't say nothing, but you talking shit to me? Shut up. If you ain't say nothing to her, don't say nothing to me. Anyway. Shit. And then I already have a full video on OLAPLEX being banned in the UK. OLAPLEX is not banned in the UK because OLAPLEX is a bad product. I already have a video on it. I'll leave a link for it in the description box below. Y'all don't read shit. I'm telling y'all, nobody read shit. Nobody read nothing. I ain't changing nothing. I like myself and my husband like myself too. So the thing. Been taking notes on my earring. Ooh, do I have that planner? Well, I had. Do I have that? I bought so much stuff. Oh, I've always been on meds. Yeah, so Heather, look into that. Everybody who's on medication, who's experiencing hair loss and thinning and stuff like that, what I need you to do, go to the drawing board and do what I just said. Do what I told the last person. Go back to the drawing board and look at stuff and say, okay, what am I doing? Like, what the same exact thing that I told them to do. What type of deficiencies does this medication cause? How does this medication slow down the hair growth cycle? Like, you can figure it out. I'm telling you. And when you figure it out, be like, okay, bet. What fruits and vegetables can I eat to counteract what's happening in my body? It's so freaking simplistic. And guess what? A hair product will never be the solution. It's not going to be the solution ever. I support you actually, but ain't shit. So, girl, if you don't gone. So you soft as wet tissue. Soft as wet tissue in the April showers. Right before the Mayflowers. Yes, you are. Go on with the bullshit, Ashley. Oh my God. Yes, you are, Ashley. I'm trying to fix my diet now, starting with teas and smoothies, but I really need to eat more whole fruits and vegetables and then like I want you to really like just try to make certain changes. For example, I'm not saying go vegan. I'm saying try to make certain like exchanges or replacements when you can. For example, like at least one day a week, like try to have a meatless Monday, right? Like even especially if you got kids, that's what I do. Like if you got kids and stuff, like just try to make it fun. Like where you do like meatless Monday, like one day a week you do meatless Monday. Where let's say you do tacos, and instead of having hamburger meat, you do walnut meat. I'm gonna have a video coming really soon showing y'all how. I don't care the vlogs don't get views. I want to show y'all how to make the substitutes. That's gonna be one of my next videos coming really soon. So that's something that you could try. So just try to make like the substitutions when you can. Don't try to go cold turkey, because it's when you try to go cold turkey that like you mess up. You know what I mean? Like that's normally where you can't keep a hold of stuff. I would love to have you on my podcast. Oh my gosh, girl, I would let her be on your podcast. Girl, email me. Girl, we made exchange. Hold on, I'm gonna write it in the comments. Shoot, you had me on your podcast. I may have you on mine. We like do it 2 for $20. I ain't gonna charge you $20. It just came up. Hold on. Actually, don't, because I don't want to mess stuff up. So I'm going to leave my email in the description box when we get done. I promise. Because my email is just sansmith@sansmith.guru. But I'm gonna write it in the description box. I promise. I promise, boo. I promise, boo. Or leave your email and then I'll email you when we done. Yes, I love the info. Need all the books, and thank you for the discount. It is my pleasure. I love you. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure, babe. I got you. Did that answer your question though? Because sometimes I just be like, did that even answer your question? I don't want you to leave without your question answered. Because I know people think I got an attitude about them, but I don't have an attitude. I love you. I really want you to be great. I really do. How do you support her but don't know how seeing speaks go? Like, just soft ass on. That's why I be putting in the comments, don't watch if you're sensitive, because I be trying, and it's my fault. I should put up there, hell no. Can't dish it out, but can't take it. That's what I said. Like, how you, girl, get going with yourself. Go argue with your boyfriend. That's what I told my husband today. Because I was like, maybe I shouldn't go live because I'm not in the mood. He was like, no, you'll be straight. Just don't be going. Don't be. And I said, girl, I know. I don't give a shit. Some of y'all women, y'all be bored as hell at home and y'all ain't got nobody to argue with. So y'all think y'all can get online and y'all can find somebody and say, like, shut up. Shut your face. If none of y'all would come, I swear to God, none of y'all would see me in person and be like, you on my mama, on my dead daddy, it wouldn't happen. So don't do it here. Shit. I just really want to learn how to make urban dye. You mean like what pigments to mix? Or like exactly what color? Because I can get it. Girl. We can do, girl. Email me. I'll tell you. I'll send you the link to the Joyco color to use. Or do you mean like with natural? What do you mean? I tell people don't get mad because I talk the same way. Listen, look, this is the problem. People are like, you're too aggressive. No, I'm not fake. That's the difference. Y'all used to seeing fake people online. Nobody really talks like that. When people are like, this is the difference between me and other people. I choose not to take a deep breath and be a pretend person. That's the difference. Everybody that you talk shit to online wants to be like, who the girl you talking to? The difference between me and them, I'm going to say it because nobody can fire me. That's the difference. Anyway. That's why I be saying that. Go on if you soft. Jeez. I feel like this is the thing. God damn it. I know for a fact women then got soft as wet tissue because if what's her name? If Harriet Tubman was as soft as y'all when you're aggressive, we would still be marching and picking cotton right fucking now. If all black women was as soft as y'all, I don't know what the hell y'all done turned into. She's yelling. She's aggressive. Oh, she's yelling. She's yelling. She's yelling. She's mean. She's so mean. She's so rude. She's so mean. I hate her. She's so mean to us. The precious. Thank you for all this knowledge. You are a blessing. I love you so much. It's my pleasure. Y'all are ghetto. You. Oh no, I'm ghetto because sorry, okay. I was hitting her, not y'all. Everything she teaching, I learned in cosmetology school. We can change the way our body. Listen. Yes, I'm interested in why someone would ban OLAPLEX. See, okay. So the reason that OLAPLEX got banned was because of one additive that was in OLAPLEX. This was years ago. I have a video already on it. It was one additive that was in OLAPLEX. And first of all, this was not an additive that was just in OLAPLEX. It was an additive that was in a massive amount of products that you use, like your shampoos, your toothpastes, your lotions, all types of stuff, not just Olaplex per se. It is an additive that was used through cosmetic brands across the board. Olaplex is not the only one banned, but Olaplex is one of the products that took a replacement that the Team Natural Girls are now talking about. So that is why you now heard about it. But prior to Team Natural Girls talking about Olaplex, none of y'all knew about Olaplex, and Olaplex has been out since 09. No, 2010. Either 09 or 010. So, yeah, Olaplex, when that happened, mind you, this shit happened so many years ago. Y'all are so late. Not you, baby, not you. The girl who brought it up. I like her. I drank too much wine too fast. So when they banned Olaplex, they didn't ban Olaplex, they banned that additive in Olaplex. So Olaplex took that additive out and then redid the product, and then that additive isn't in any of the products. That shit is so old. That video that I have, that video on my channel right now, is probably like 2-3 years old. I'll leave it in the description box when I get done. And the thing is, I'm not talking about you. Black women, it don't got nothing to do with black women. Black women are the last group of women to use Olaplex. You know why? Because Team Natural told y'all Olaplex was bad. Girl, I have videos explaining what Olaplex was that's like 4 years old. I was talking about Olaplex long before anybody was talking about it. And when I made that video about Olaplex 4 years ago, the Team Natural Girls on YouTube was like, that's for white girls. That ain't even for black women, and it's only for hair color. That's for white girls. You're not even supposed to use that. But then now today, everybody's an expert on Olaplex. Be very, very careful of who you talking to and who you listen to, babe. Being natural, I should wear my hair straight instead of curly. Thank you. It's a lot of good info. If you ain't say nothing to her, listen. Yes, you answered my question. Thank you again, Sam. Bye, babe. I bet I look fabulous in burgundy and red as well. Listen, I'm gonna email me because I just feel like I have to send you the color because I just love anybody with the same energy that I have. Anybody who says, I bet I look fabulous with burgundy. Ooh, and reddish brown hair shades. Ooh, I bet you I look so damn good. Listen, if that's not self-love, If that's not self-love, I ain't never seen it before. She said, shit. Like, the type of love you got to have for yourself to be sitting down on live, like, I bet I look fabulous with burgundy and reddish brown hair shades. Damn, I probably look good as hell with this little melanin skin. Oh, that should probably look so good on me. I'll be looking it up with my hair that color. Oh, is that what you was just thinking? Is that what you was just thinking? Yeah, I'm gonna find one for you. I'm gonna find you a good color, boo. I've been shampooing, conditioning, start blow drying my hair with only protector, only use the leave-in. But my hair after blow drying feels and damaged. That's because you're using the heat protectant during your blowout, and you're not supposed to do that. That's why your hair feels like that. Because the heat protectant is for a hot tool, and a blow dryer is not considered it's not a flat iron. So heat protectant goes on your hair before you flat iron it. Your leave-in conditioner is your heat protectant for the blowout. Hair leave-in conditioner. The word condition means to prepare. So it's preparing your hair to set the bond from alpha keratin to beta keratin. Alpha keratin is your hair in its natural state when it's wet. Beta keratin is your hair in the new state that you set it to once you set the hydrogen bond back. So the reason, if you guarantee, keep blow drying your hair, but do not use a heat protectant. Your hair feels crunchy because a heat protectant does not go on your hair when it's wet. You're only supposed to be using a leave-in conditioner or a serum. That's why. Stop doing that. It'll stop happening. What do you think about hair waxes for hair coloring? It's cool, but it's gonna cause buildup. It's fun, but it's a hairstyling product that you're gonna have to strip out of your hair. But it's wax. What's the importance of leave-in conditioner? I just answered that question. Let's see. Spray got banned and discontinued. I have a full bottle of the cabinet, scared to use it, but my silk press used to be so nice. So find out why it got banned and discontinued and see if that reason affects you. My Haitian aunt have been using henna and OLAPLEX for years since they turned 30. Okay. I know I do love burgundy and cinnamon brown on myself. Oh, with my fine ass. These are the type of women I want to be around. Like, I need you to be looking at your stuff like, oh, I look good as hell. Like, okay, so y'all feel that way about red. I feel that way about black hair. Like, right now, my hair is like, first of all, I got a bunch of gray hair now. My hair is extremely transparent right now because this not my color. My color is like blue black. I'm talking darkness, like dark blue black. It's not even that it make my hair look full, because it do. But not only that, I don't know, I just feel it just looks spicy. I don't know. Yes. Email me, please. Everybody who needs something. And then somebody, the one who said they want me on their podcast, let me try to put, she probably gone now, but here's my email, guys. Okay. Yeah, so there's my email. Blue, black, natural shade. What you mean? What that mean? Oh, my bad. I forgot what I said. Blue, black. Oh, you hear, boo? Okay, perfect. There's my email, so email me. And I'll be on your podcast, girl, only if you're going to be on mine. Eye for an eye. Let's respect the sister. Or, oh no, I don't want to say that. Hold on, y'all. I just want to make sure I'm getting everybody comments. And sorry, I want to apologize to everybody who didn't like you. I'm sorry if you had to hear me rant and go off. I'm sorry, especially if you got your headphones in. I apologize. I love y'all. But I just don't, I'm not here to play with other people's kids. I've been doing this for years and I'm over it. I'm not kissing nobody's ass no more. Okay. Hola, I saw someone on YouTube saying she had protected style for 4 months. Listen, y'all. Okay, when I used to do hair, I used to have the majority of women who came in, like if they booked the takedown, had they weave in for like 6 months, to the point where I had to make a policy that said that I wouldn't take out a weave that's been in longer than 2 months. Every policy that I had was based around a trifling woman. I'm sorry. Like, I'm just, leave me alone. Because that's what get on my nerves. Like, y'all be trifling as hell and then get mad when somebody point out y'all being trifling. Just stop being trifling. Oh my God. Like, I had a whole policy. I had to have a policy that nobody could book me until they clicked the button and said that they read through and agreed, because women would come and book an appointment with me and they'll be like, oh, I want to get a takedown. And then they would take that scarf off and it would smell like the inside of a big fat uh uh African booty, big huge wrestlers booty crack after they've been in the jungle for 6 months. And they be like, what? This your job. No, it's not. It's not one question on state board that teaches you how to wash a scalp that ain't been washed in 6 months. It's not one goddamn question. There is no section in the state book, in the on blah 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 blah, in the state board of cosmetology. There is not one module that teaches you how to cleanse the scalp, how to take down weaves, or how to treat a scalp that hasn't been washed in 8 months. There is nothing. How to treat a scalp that hasn't been washed in 3 months, in 6 months. We don't know what to do. You know why? Nobody trained us on that. And dermatologists don't know what the disease and what the illness is, because it's not normal. It's not something that's supposed to happen. I need to tame the left side. Okay, so it was something. So, do you sleep on the side? This is what I need you to do. I need you to get your journal, because I know you got one. And I need you to start paying attention to the things that you do on the side of your head where your hair is standing out. Okay? For example, are you right-handed or left-handed? When you sleep, do you sleep on the side that's thinning or the side that's not? When you wear your hair in a ponytail, are you wearing your ponytail super duper? Like, are you wearing it to this side, or are you wearing it primarily to the side that's thinning out? Like, those are the things that I really, really need you to think about. People need to clean their hair. They need to clean their body. Because I don't care what nobody say. I know for a fact, if you ain't washed your hair in 6 months, you don't be washing your ass every day. I don't care what nobody talking about. Because most of the women who hadn't washed their hair in 6 months smelled like they ain't washed something else in a minute. Maybe not 6 months, but you ain't washing your ass every day if you only washing your hair every 6 months. You don't love yourself. You ain't washing your ass that much. I don't care what nobody talking about. They would be sitting up in my chair for hours. You don't. I ain't saying you ain't washed your ass in 6 months, but it don't be every day. It don't be every day. It don't. You don't be touching that water. They do not be touching that water. They don't be touching that damn water at all. 4 months and complain about dry hair. Listen, they had to weave in for 6 months. And when I asked why it's been there for so long, because this one hairstylist that I went to, it's never them. It's always somebody else. That's why I don't be having time for it on here. Some I have jet black pixie and it's fire. Oh, listen, it's just something about that black on black. Oh, the black on black is like yes. Listen, hey, 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 they ain't saying shit about it. They ain't said a goddamn thing, Tasha. Can I call you Tasha? Or do I gotta say Natasha? Can I say which one? Can I call you Tasha? Or can I, cause are you the one who gonna be on my podcast? I'm Bill yours. I'm calling you Tasha. Like, girl, they never said shit about it. Co-wash, what's that? 6 months. Huh? They told us your hair, they basically made us, in cosmetology school, they made us feel like your head was gonna fall off your goddamn shoulders if you ain't washed it after a week. And then y'all going 6 months? Why my hair not growing? Oh my God. That's like, if you don't wash your hair in 6 months and you asking why your hair ain't growing, that's like asking why your booty itch and you ain't washed your ass in 2 weeks. And you don't really use tissue that good. You know why your booty itches, because it's chucked full of shit, son. I love and appreciate you even more. You're my mom. I love so texture. It's been thicker. Right side. Okay. I mean, is it drastically thick? Like what I noticed from looking at you, or do you just notice because you be like for example, I'm not gonna put them in the camera because I was about to, but I be in the mirror and because I swear to God, one of my boobs is bigger than the other ones. My husband don't think it is, but I swear to God, this one is bigger than this one. I swear to God, they are. My husband be like, babe, what are you talking about? But it's just because I look, don't nobody, I mean, he actually looks at my titties better than I do. But I'm sorry, that was humor. But I just, so the same, that was too much. But the same for you though. Like, with you looking at your hair all the time, like you know what it looks like, so you're more critical than everybody else. So like I said, is it drastically different or is it just you being critical of yourself? Thanks. How can you go 6 months exactly? Tasha is fine, says my mama only say Natasha because I'm in trouble. Okay, good. Well, you ain't in trouble, so I'm gonna just say Tasha because we're friends. But I just had to check though because sometimes when people are like, your name's Cynthia, especially people who are not Black. I'm not gonna say white girls because everybody does it to me. Like, your name's Cynthia? Oh my God, can I call you Cindy? I'm like, no, you can't. Do I look like I go by Cindy? Absolutely not. Don't call me that shit. What's wrong with you? It's more coarse than the left. I can feel the difference too. You can feel the difference or you can see, because that, remember, babe, you have 100,000 follicles, but they're all independent. So it is a possibility that your right side, like for example, it is a possibility that the follicles on your right side could have like 4 hairs in each follicle versus your hair on the left side has like 3 hairs per follicle on the majority. So I mean, it's possible. Yes. Mm-hmm. Excuse me, that was gross burping, y'all. I'm sorry. Oh, that's my favorite. One of my favorite numbers, 55. I'm going back to a perm. Girl, what you gotta do, boo? Natural hair works me to death. You better do it. Hey, listen, do what you listen, and that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna give y'all to like the end of the year. Mainly just so y'all can see like how long I can get it and you can see me thicken it up so you know that it's possible for you. I love my hair in pixie cuts. I look freaking cute. And I may do it again. But I'm gonna grow it out first. but do it. But just make sure that you're doing it in a healthy way. See, and be kind of, I'm just trying to always be chilling. This is who I am all the time. That's why people be like, "It's too aggressive." Like, shut up. No, I'm not. I be chilling. I'm being fun. When I'm mad, I don't talk. If I was mad, I would have been like, all right, I'll see y'all later. I'll be back for another video. I'll see y'all in a... I don't talk when I'm mad. You Now, if I'm quiet, that's when it's a problem. But that's what I do. You can see and feel it. Yeah, you probably do. Your follicles probably like squat up. Like your follicles on this side, like, hey, we all coming. Give me Tracy, Vicky, and Sasha. We all going. Yup, and bring your two cousins. Yup. And then your other side is like, oh my God, don't. No. They're hood rats. No, they cannot all ride on my car. Let them take an Uber. Oh my God, only a couple. That's probably what's happening. And then, especially if you biracial, I don't think you're not. But if you biracial, girl, you, and then we all got a little mixage going on, girl. Some of your follicles is one lineage, and the other ones is another one. Girl, let your follicles be great, girl. Let your follicles be great. But I love y'all so much. Thank you for everybody. Sorry about that. We had three super chats. I appreciate you so much. And since we've been in here, 8 people have joined the 7-day challenge. I'm so excited to have you guys. Make sure you join the group as soon as you start. If you haven't joined the group yet, then make sure you email me and I'll make sure you get added to the group. But remember, don't join my 7-day challenge group unless you pay for it, because I'm not going to accept it, because you got to pay for it. Y'all see this calic in my head? Oh my God, it's so annoying. Every time I wrap it, it's just there. Can't get it out. It's just there. Alright. So we need... You know what? But see, if I have a meet and greet, I'm not gonna charge y'all to meet y'all like, hey girl, what's up? Because we just gonna be, if we meeting and greeting, we just gonna be meeting and greeting. I ain't gonna be speaking to teacher shit. If we meeting and greeting, we just gonna be meeting and greeting. I ain't gonna charge y'all to meet and greet. Before we go, give me a 2 real quick if y'all wanna have a meet and greet. Give me a 2 if you would be interested in having a meet and greet. Hold on, I'm about to go get this clip before we go. Give me a 2 real quick if y'all want to meet and greet before we go. Really? Okay. See, look, the Lord wants us to be done. My other light. I just realized I've had this light on the whole time, and I didn't need it because I got. By the way, I don't really do ponytail holders. I do clips. I just was in Vegas 3 weeks ago. I was like, God damn it. Don't get mad at me, but I wouldn't have did it. I'm so retired. I'm so retired. I'm so retired. Like, I don't even know. Like, I barely do. Girl, I'm so retired. But you can book a one-on-one. I tell me you like that, boo. Kitty cake, we about to go. I'm sorry, like everybody, kitty cat is officially my favorite. Like, well, you're not supposed to have favorites. Like, I just. She said y'all boring as hell. That's why I say that you should do a meet and greet and charge a fee, because we are going to ask you questions. We can't help it. Well, in that case, this is what we're gonna do. Well, yeah, because that'll be ghetto if we are there and I'm like, it's free. Let's meet and greet. And then y'all start asking me a question. I'm like, $5. $60 a question. $5. But I love y'all so much. We've been on here almost 3 hours. I don't think anybody has any more questions. And our moderator, Kitty Cat, is y'all. She just calls y'all boring. She says y'all boring in chat and y'all don't be talking about nothing. I love Kitty Cake. Kitty Cake is she's my favorite moderator. I'm sorry. Any other moderators, I'm sorry. Like, first of all, I don't see you guys in here. But anyway, I love you guys so much. If you've learned anything from this today, do me a favor and leave it in the comments below. Again, if you are new to my channel and you don't know me like that, I'm sorry. If you're like, oh my God, what is wrong with her? Like, why is she talking like that? Like, I give you the energy that you give me, or I'll block you. So I love you so much, and I really hope that this video helped you some. Like I said, I'm closing town, so I'm gonna have a couple of days in the bed where I do absolutely nothing, because I've been like demon time for like a month, like just. But I need to give myself a break, and so that is what I am going to do. So if you guys need me, make sure you looking through all of my older videos. I am going to be in my group all the time, so make sure you guys are commenting in there and talking to me in there. I'm gonna leave the link to my free group in the description box below, so y'all can check that out. But that's pretty much it. I really love y'all so much. Thank you for chilling with me. Thank you to everybody who listens freely and not allows, because some of who I'm is, whenever I'm gonna be who I'm is. But thank you guys for not making me feel like I have to put like a muzzle on myself, and thank you for not being soft as wet tissue and being able to, like, let me speak freely without crying and calling your mommy and eating your pinky. Note to self: people live in the comments saying, don't have your husband make you a drink in your flower mug before a live again. Okay. See you guys later.